Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Happy new sodding year.
Yes, I mean, that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Far, far away. Went a bit fucking Ian McKellen with that.
Far away.
But it is good to be back in this here yonder land. Myself, George. Hello.
Me, Connor. Yeah, hello.
We are back because we did, anyone who knows us, over the Christmas period. And especially this year, we kind of gave ourselves like 4 weeks of just like pre-record stuff.
Annual leave.
We did our Christmas specials,
marathon,
our reviews of the films last year,
best of / worst of.
Last week we obviously did the one came out of what we're looking forward to in 2023, and yeah, I feel like we've just had like a really big conversation, so we're basically like planning out at least this year and
next 52 weeks worth of content.
Yes, essentially. Had a look at that, and we're pumped, we're ready, so let's talk more about pop culture. So welcome back to Nerd Bible Podcast, episode 234.
Bloody hell.
That's mad. That's mad. So this is the year of many Doctor Who's.
Many Doctor Who's.
Many. Oh, yes, it is 234. Thank God I got that, I guessed.
How
have you been? How was your Christmas?
I mean, eventful. I say eventful. Christmas itself was like
was
every
it all
other.
Mistletoe and wine? Was Cliff Richard in your front room? Let us know at nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
Cliff Richard? No. I had a... well... I don't know where to go with Cliff Richard, but no, I had basically had like the biggest personal gap in the form of my father suddenly decided to appear in my life.
Oh wow,
yeah,
lovely.
He was good. I was going to say it's awkward. I mean, it was kind of pre-planned. It was arranged. Nothing to do with me as such. Sometimes these situations do get a bit sprung, and it was kind of like I don't hate it as much as I thought I would have, but. All in all, really nice guy, really nice trip, and it was just kind of like a
really nice guy.
A really nice guy, yeah.
So did he come over for just for Christmas?
It was basically 28th till the 4th of Jan.
Oh,
extended.
Nice, good for you, man.
I mean,
that's cool. You've had a bit of a I was just going to be like, have you watched anything? But that's a personal ethos.
Personal ethos, yeah. Ending the last year on a high, and I guess. Channeling that energy into this year.
Yes,
I guess. Yeah,
lovely. And did you get anything good for Christmas?
I mean, when haven't I? No. Galaxy Watch, which I still haven't got on my wrist at time of recording. I need to sort out my watch, smartwatch. Need to look into that.
Lovely jubbly. Any media? Did you consume?
Not too. I mean, over Christmas or just for Christmas.
Over for
under Christmas. Family got around to watching Top Gun Maverick Christmas Day night.
Which did they like?
They loved.
Yeah, they loved.
Oh, they loved. Yeah.
I'm generally gutted that I never saw it in 4DX, but I know it got re-released like end of the year, but like I didn't catch it, so I'm probably just pick it up on 4K.
It's probably one of the best 4K discs I've ever seen.
Oh, bold claim.
It's a good disc to own.
No, I definitely do want to watch it. Yeah. Did you did anyone get you any like film, TV related presents?
I mean,
any William Hartnell sitting in your stocking? Yeah.
Yes, you didn't.
Richard Hurnell eating a pineapple.
For Secret Santa, I got a Shining T-shirt.
Cool.
Which I mean, that was out of the bloody blue.
I actually got this.
Oh, speaking of T-shirts,
I got a Back to the Future
nice.
One. I got a Back to the Future one. I also got this box of Paul McGann. Look.
Oh,
I have 3.
Oh,
three Paul
McGanns.
Obviously, TV movie.
24 Doctors.
Is that Dark Eyes?
Yeah, the Christopher Eccleston jacket leather thing, and then the
Night of the
Doctor Time War Doctor thing. Yeah,
that was cool. I got that, and I got this.
A blue Weeping Angel.
A holographic Weeping Angel.
Okay.
A dark variant of
Jodie's
Once Upon a Time Doctor, and also I think that's a different Yasmin Khan to what I have. It says Flux on it, so yeah.
Okay.
She's credited as 13th Doctor in Flux outfit.
And Yaz.
And
Yaz. Oh dear. And to think at one point we were all rooting for her to have more of a character going into season 12. And
she did, but also she didn't.
Got reversed.
I think one of my favourite things is like we did that, big sort of like
cap off.
therapy session where we just kind of all let's talk about the Jodie Whittaker era and never again.
Oh, not for a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 2023. Doctor Who's coming out.
All of Doctor Who's coming out.
All of the Doctor Who's, all of the times.
All of the
I wonder
times.
if we'll get a James Bond level documentary thing coming, because obviously
Ooh.
for 50 years of Bond they had Everything or Nothing, and then last year for 60 they had Sound of 007.
Right.
So I think the only thing I can really remember in terms of the 50th, I don't know, it's the same for you. Obviously, you had like the Brian Cox, like The Science of Doctor Who. You had
Adventure in Space and Time.
you had Adventure in Space and Time, the docudrama. You had obviously the various behind the scenes for those things, including the special.
5-ish Doctor reboot, which is that
Doctor-
comedic
yeah.
segment. Yeah.
But you had this. I don't know if you ever. It was the channel that is now known as W, but it used to be Watch. You know, with the big eyeball.
Watch.
Yeah,
Yeah. Watch.
It had Doctor Who Revisited, which I believe there is now a DVD release of.
I think. Yeah.
Which it was like half an hour episodes of
Of all the Doctors.
basically each Doctor to
Yeah.
that point. So it was.
Yeah.
They all started with like the same voiceover, and then it would be each Doctor, and then I think they had like they had like various villains on the TARDIS or whatever, and companions, and you had like weird BBC Three episodes of stuff before it went off air and things like, you know, Doctor Who Revisited things. But that was the only thing I can really remember, because it went through each Doctor obviously having surviving companions talking on the various Doctors that are sadly no longer with us. Because this was pre. We'd seen a picture of David Bradley as William Hartnell in the behind the scenes of Adventure in Space and Time, but apart from that, you had like Fraser Hines obviously do the second Doctor. You had previously recorded footage of Liz Sladen, and obviously you had Katie Manning there as Jo. And then obviously going through the Doctors, then you'd have them at either new recorded segments or like previously recorded stuff. But obviously this was like 10 years ago, so you know they all were probably much more happy to talk about it, especially like the 50th year. It's kind of like you had like the Doctor Who live announcement of Peter Capaldi, you had the Doctor Who convention on the day of the 50th, which had like lots of fun stuff, like CBBC and BBC did like some competitions and things, and you had the weird Doctor Who live, the after party with doctors like watching the episode and then talking about it afterwards, like right after, and it was like, oh, this is shit. This is so bad. But yeah, hopefully some stuff like that. Maybe like a big long with the new Netflix budget. No, not for Netflix, like Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix, all the same shit.
Oh dear, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We'll obviously do. I say some more stuff. I mean, some stuff on Doctor Who will happen from us, which will be fun. We could probably.
We'll hopefully get further with the collection sets. That'll be one thing this year.
Yeah, because what they always said 3 a year. I still need to. So I missed the window for sending back my season 2, which was broken. So I'm just going to have to do the old fashioned thing. Buy a new one, send the old one back. Fucking catch me if you can. Amazon. I might have to stop doing Amazon. I think if the next one comes out and that one's ripped as well, I will get maybe a new fixed one and maybe sell all the limited edition ones and then go to the standard, just so I know that they're going to be aren't going to get broken.
See, I have your issue with the standard Amaray cases. For me, the disc provider thing, they always, a corner of it comes chipped and the corner comes off and you can never click the discs in position, and then when I open some cases they just tend to either wonk or fall out. So I have the reverse issue.
The polarity of the Neutron collection.
The Neutron collection.
Yeah, so what, 3 a year? So if you had to put your bet on any collections coming out this year, I would say I don't think the first one, I think maybe closer to November, I think would be season 20.
Season 20. I feel season 20.
We've done Colin.
Yeah, we have done Collins. Yeah, the only Sylvester is season 25, which is another popular season,
and another anniversary. And it's got Remembrance of the Daleks in it, so maybe that. I think that. Yeah.
Even though Silver Nemesis is the actual anniversary story, not Remembrance. Yeah.
I want Silver Nemesis for Silver Cybermen, and it was shit.
Shocking. Yeah, it was shocking, that one.
It was awful. What else?
So say 2025, and then would you, if rumours are meant to be true, which we'll get onto in a minute, but would you think we'll get another black and white season from the 60s or not? Soon.
I would love, had they not done season 2,
season 1,
and saved and done season 1 this year, because I think that would have been a nice thing of like that be the last box set of the year, be like, and the show the series
the
that started it
legacy.
all. Like you have season 1, you have
With
Carol
Marco
Ann,
Polo.
you have Carol Ann Ford fresh from her cameo in the fucking free specials with David Tennant. You have Ian Chesterton fresh from Power of the Doctor, like new interviews and behind the sofas.
Yeah, right.
Behind the sofas aren't on all the season
No,
2
so
stuff.
they are absent from
All of them.
No, they're shit. Which
Tell
one?
me there's one on Dalek Invasion of Earth.
There is.
Oh,
I
good.
think it's Planet of Giants. I want to say the Crusade and the Space Museum. I think it's Planet of Giants, Crusade, and Space Museum. Crusade I get because it's the Telestat one, but Space Museum doesn't have
Space
one.
Museum.
And then Planet of Giants, which I very thoroughly enjoyed. I don't get why they didn't record that one.
I think Planet of the Giants is okay.
Hmm.
It's not like shit. It's better than the Web Planet.
I see. I need to. I'm on the Romans. I watched The Rescue the other night. I weren't that bothered about it.
I like the Romans.
I need to watch the
They're
Romans.
my favourite period of English history. Ha 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 ha. I'm joking. They're, European. But what else? No, yeah. So season 20, season 25, possibly.
And if you were to
Because
have
then
a
that
black-
would be. No. Oh, because you still got season 21 to do. So we only had one Peter season.
Yeah, only 19, and he was the second release. Yeah, and we've had
We ordered that
8
on-
other
we ordered
box
that on
sets
this
since
podcast.
then. Yeah, we did.
234 weeks ago.
Oh god, that's a rough number.
That is horrible.
Mm.
Do you feel like we're due another Tom one or another John
No,
one?
I feel Tom one or John one. No, I want to say a Peter one.
Because we say in a Peter
A
and
Peter
Stills.
season.
I think 20 is almost surely.
It's been discussed for too long. I think that one's got to
Um,
come out sooner rather than later at this point.
If you had to choose between, so if we're getting 20 and 25, would you rather have another John season or another Peter season? Because I wouldn't say no to season 7
That's another one. Yeah, season 7.
or season. We haven't got 11, have we?
No, because we've got
We've got
10,
10,
and
8,
8. 10
yes.
and 8, yeah.
9. Split the difference.
9.
No, seven I wouldn't mind because
But that's going to be a thin, regardless of its standard limit, that's going to be a small set.
But then there's not a lot really in, like, the Sylve ones. They're only 4
No.
stories, but they're packed a bit more. Like,
they are
to sort
big
of, they're all
boxes.
different sizes anyway. Fuck, it does my brain
It
in.
does your
And
nut
also, some of them slightly different shades of grey. That can fuck off.
Oh, great.
Um,
Thank God we haven't
I
got 50 shades, 26 shades of grey.
I would have loved season 1, but I don't think you'd release another William one without going. We've got to at least do a Patrick one. Which, what's the most complete? Is it 4? Or is
Season
4 the
4.
worst?
Season 4. No, I think season 4. No, because count the trout and animations we've had before the cancellations. All the stories
Hopefully they
are
put those
season
in,
4.
yeah.
All those stories are season 4.
Mm.
Literally, it's only Underwater Menace and The Smugglers, which are, his rumours are meant to be believed.
I've got the Underwater Menace.
But that's Telesnap reconstruction. It was meant to be animated originally. It was shit, and then that DVD
Is there
got
no
slated.
episodes surviving it?
2 and I think it's 1 and 4 are surviving, and 2 and 3 are animated, or it's the other way around.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas, and I was like, "You're like, oh, Underwater Minute." I own that.
I only bought it back in October time, and I was kind of like, oh, it's the last DVD I need. I've officially done the DVDs, but
I think I've got
discussion
like
of it, I'm
20,
like,
26 more, something like that. That's it.
DVD wise.
No, not even that. I think
Oh.
it might be 10.
10 what?
Because I'm counting the ones that have in the collection is like, well, I have these ones, so why would I buy them again? Like when I bought.
Oh, you're talking about the
season
amount of
12
stories missing between
Just the amount of Doctor Who stories that I own.
all that you own. Oh.
The only Jodie Whittaker episode I don't own, Revolution of the
Revolution of
Daleks.
Oh.
And part of it is out of spite of the fact that it's a single fucking vanilla. It's Twice Upon a Time. I understand. Maybe you
Mhm.
should have done a re-release of the season 10 steelbook and put it in it.
Yeah, I would.
Hopefully, we get a little box of the 3 Tennant specials. Because what I've done is because I have a list, don't I, on my iPad. Because it's the old-fashioned way, because I can't be able to do like a spreadsheet, and also it's an easier way to remember it.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So I have the Doctors listed,
On
and then
the go.
after Jodie Whittaker era, I've got, because it has. So I do. It's the Doctor Who folder. This is really sad. The Doctor Who folder on my
Doctor Who folder, yeah.
notes on my iPad,
Yeah.
and then at the top I do the heading of the
The-
William Hartnell years, and then I would write how many I had. So I'd have like. It was like 3 out of 21
You
for like
write,
Hartnell,
yeah.
maybe to say
29.
29. Is it
That-
21 for Troughton? One of them's 20.
Wow,
something
whoa,
like that.
hang on. 21. No, I think he had 20.
Maybe, I don't know. So I would do
Yeah.
that. So then
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least I'd be
Yeah.
like, like the little sidey bit. You'd basically have that, and then you'd be like, oh, I have this many of this many, and then you'd go in it and you'd have the full list, like episode chronological order, season by season, and what year kind of thing. But then I got to obviously like then the new series like Chris, David, Matt, Peter, Jodie, and then I've got the David Tennant years again,
Yeah. Well, exactly.
and then it's just gonna be the 3 specials, and then it'll be
Again.
the Shooty Gatwa years, which. Have you seen the set photos of that? Because I'm really excited.
I've seen some videos posted by Fairies, but I've not watched the last couple of recent updates. But
Have you seen the slugs?
No.
Have you seen the
yes.
really
I did
weird
see the
child
slugs.
eating slugs?
The child eating slugs, yes, which will be across all 3 specials, and they will be the villain across the Bad Wolf arc. Hence why we've got David Tennant again.
Have you seen? Well, this is series 14 because apparently someone's seen like some because we've had more like on location filming. Apparently, there has been shooting with Shooty Gatwa and David Tennant, so maybe there's still a bit of hangover from the 3 specials,
three
or people have debated that maybe it's some pickups for the specials shots, or like just some other stuff to maybe like tie it over.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, because as far as we know, 3 David specials in November.
Yeah, and then
And then a
regenerates.
Christmas special with Shooty, and then, season 14 we can assume back in the good old format of April.
Yeah, 8 episodes, but we've had some casting announcements, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We
That
did get some
was
casting.
2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
Are you excited about this one? Because I'm a bit excited.
I mean, I know the woman, but the man, I wonder who he is.
Leave the girl. It's the man I want.
Yeah, is it the Manny? Is it the Rani, but as a man?
Have you seen like all those things of like? I've seen so many people go. Look, so it's Roger App Williams is the character, and he is played by
I'm gonna butcher his name. Anurin Bernard.
Anurin Bernard. Can you?
Hey, as Roger App. Yeah, Roger App.
William.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gemma Redgrave. Gemma is back as Kate Bloody Stewart.
So the only character, aside the Doctor, obviously, to transcend 3 separate production eras, because she was obviously introduced in the Moffat era.
Was she in Power of 3? Was it
That was
Power
her
of 3?
first appearance.
Yeah,
Yes,
Power
the
of
Power of 3. Because there was a big thing of like, Unit hadn't been used ever in the Matt Smith era.
They certainly weren't.
And then it was in the build-up for the production of Series 7, they were like, oh no, Unit's back, but they'd kind of been scaled back a lot more, and then they weren't really a massive presence in Power of 3 anyway.
No, they
but
weren't.
it was more to set it up for 50th, and then it's their use in... Is she used in every series of Capaldi? I think she is. Series 8, she's used for the finale.
Right. Is she not in Deep Breath even as well? Are they not in Deep Breath at all?
No, it's just Vastra Jenny Strax, and it's all in the... And we don't get to the present at all, so...
Oh, okay.
I think the first mention of her in the Capaldi era is obviously the finale, because you get the President of the World stuff.
Yeah.
Then you get the
Series 9,
Series 9 opener.
Saigon.
And Zygons, yes. And then you also get her in the Pyramid at the End of the World.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, she did kind of float somewhere in Series 10, yeah.
Yeah, and so no specials was she in or mentioned, but Unit are briefly in the end of Return of Doctor Mysterio.
Right.
Because they're the soldiers that storm the place, but then some of the soldiers get infiltrated and like taken over by the hosts of the Harmony Shoal, never to be elaborated on in Series 10 or any other story since.
Brilliant, yes.
And Unit was not used again until Flux.
Yeah.
They briefly,
Long gap.
tried to be used in Resolution, but now they're, cut of funding because of Brexit, basically. And it's like, they're sort of up in the air at the moment, as are most organisations, because C mentions Unit and Torchwood in the beginning of Series 12, and it's like, oh, God, just me now.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that, because it's going to be nice to have Russell write Unit again.
And hopefully do them justice.
Because his version of... Because everyone's like, can you imagine? She's not going to be shit. Which is no disrespect to Gemma Redgrave, because I think with what she's given, she does, okay in, because there's a lot of actors in Doctor Who, those that played the Doctor included, that have to do a lot of heavy lifting. The very little material they're given.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
but she's not been given enough to kind of. She's like,
She hasn't
I'm
exactly
going
got-
to stand here in the background.
I'm going to make a dramatic plot cameo with this man who we're supposed to care about, who's a serpent, but that's not related to Eric Roberts' master or anything. Why should we care?
Have you seen the theory that she is Ruby Sunday's mother?
Ooh.
Because obviously,
I would like that.
she
But I
talks-
can't
when
see that.
when you see her in Series 8, she's Kate Stewart, mother of two,
Number 2.
Keen Gardner, fantastic bridge player. I think is the quote she says to the site when like, who are like they're like, who are you? That was meant to be the Cybermen, but it sounded more like a Dalek.
A Dalek man.
I'm a Dalek man. No, because we'll get into the David Bowie fucking corner shop sweet thing again. But yeah, like that. Well, technically, she was first introduced in 1991, where she was written in one of the Shakedown. No, the Downtime.
Oh, like the real,
TV
one of
thing,
those DVD
which was, I think,
things.
written by Chibnall.
Bloody hell!
So
really?
the idea of like one of the Brigadier's kids was introduced by him, and then sort of elaborated more. It's sort of confirmed by Moffat that like they're the same character if you want to believe it, but that's not really canon. That didn't really happen, especially Shakedown of the Sontarans, where the Sontarans rape a woman.
Ooh,
like,
I've not even watched the Downtime stuff. Or whatever. Don't, stay away from it.
Watch Downtime, don't watch Shakedown. Shakedown.
Shake that
Sontarans.
down for me.
Literally, that's it's creepy.
Okay.
And very bad.
Oh.
But that's nice that we get a Unit written by him, because even his version of Unit was sparse, wasn't it?
It was only Series 4 Sontaran Stratagem and Poison Sky
Was when they're out in the
Series
open,
4
because you had them briefly seen in on a TV screen in Aliens in London World War 3.
Right.
Like, we're calling in all the experts with the crash into Big Ben. It's like, I know that United Nations Intelligence Task Force, it's good people. And it's like, how do you know them? And Mickey's like, because he's worked for them.
Because he's worked for them,
I've
yeah.
done some research about you. You dig far enough and you find it, kind of thing. And then he gives him the virus to wipe him off the internet at the end of that story. When Mickey,
that's right.
when Mickey says, no, I can't come with you yet, because apparently it's only Series 2 I'll travel with you, and then I'll be a piece of shit, apparently behind the scenes for years. Series 2... Series 2
is just torture.
Series 2 is torture, but in Christmas Invasion, like, you see a couple of the unit... You have, like, the army officers, and there's some unit people about.
They are
and
definitely
then
there,
The Valiant was built for Unit by Harold Saxon, and some Unit are on it, but it's, like you say, mainly Series 4 in terms of Star Stratagem, Poison Sky. Captain Orisa Magumbo in Turn Left.
Right, okay.
In the parallel dimension, and we think she's gone, but then she
say,
comes back for...
What about Runaway Bride as well? Military people were in Runaway Bride, but who are they?
I think it's just because they're
just
exploring
Harold
old
Saxon
torture
people.
bases. It's ordered from Mr. Saxon, and I think
Yeah.
it's just the army. But even because he was one of the things of, we strip it back and we gradually reintroduce these things bit by bit, and they sort of had the agreement of reintroduce a recurring villain every year was kind of their thing. So they did Autons and Daleks, then it was the Cybermen, then you had the Master, then you had the Sontarans, and then you did the Time... it was the Time Lords, and then the brief mention of the Ice Warriors in the specials, and then Moffat sort of carried it on with like Silurians and
he
things
did,
like
to
that.
be fair. He did.
There's been a set photo called Hotel Silurian.
Ooh, Hotel Silurian.
Because obviously a lot of the set stuff, like, stuff has been redressed. Like, you said, one of the subways in, like, the middle of Cardiff City has been redone as Rap Express, like another non-branded thing, so they can use it. And one of them was a... what's it called? It's like a... What is it when fucking... It's like an election fucking HQ sort of running for office thing, cause
like a campaign, like a
because Roger Ap Gwilliam is meant to be
like a political, kind of like Harold Saxon. He's meant to be like running for,
and apparently the story takes place in 2046, and the Welsh and in terms of
what? So all three, which the first
one
of these
one
of the specials.
This is all Series 14.
Oh, this is Series 14. Okay.
So one of the episodes,
of
the episodes will take place in 2046. Apparently,
okay.
Where someone made a point of. In terms of Roger Ap Gwilliam, in Welsh, Ap means son of.
Right, yeah, that's what I read it. He's son of.
And so people are saying that, because then the surname is, for some, I think it's more in terms of, it's less now, but in terms of, like, more traditionalist people, I think it was, then the surname is kind of like an amalgamation of your parents. So people are saying that it's Roger, son of Gwilliam, which would possibly be
William, but
like Gwen Cooper and Reese Williams.
right, yeah.
Which I think she's married anyway now, so she'd be Gwen Williams anyway. So she
Son
would be
of
she would be a G.
Maybe
G
that's what it is.
William.
Maybe it's literally son of William. Maybe it is what it is.
Which is it's a nice theory to have and read into it. I would literally love him to be anyone else but the Master.
Omega, son of
Well, even-
Wilmega.
No, do you know what I think it is?
The Rani.
You know, people have said like, "Oh, make it
Yeah.
the Rani," but then you have to think of the Rani then just becomes the Master or Missy or whatever.
They do. They become
You have-
less
you write-
special.
Like having the meddling monk or other like the Celestial Toymaker. In the end, you just become this is just
And
another
Time
evil
Lord.
Time
Yeah,
Lord.
exactly.
It's just one that you haven't seen before, but it's
In a very long time.
stepping
for
on
some.
the same toes as
Of course.
basically having the Master, because the
Yeah,
Master's
it
the
is, it
Moriarty
is.
to
Sherlock.
to the Doctor.
And
Sherlock.
he didn't have like 5 other Moriartys in the same universe. It was only the one.
Yeah,
Mm.
which would be like just make him someone else. Have him, or maybe like it's part of a conspiracy that leads to the big bad. Because we'll probably have a sort of loose arc which leads us through these 8 episodes. Which will be nice because I'm looking forward to it. This, like Hotel Silurian sounds bonkers. Is it just going to be a hotel run by Silurians?
Is that just like a code name production thing? Like
No, so like the signs that they've
that's an
redressed the
actual
hotel
sign.
with, it said Hotel. I'll see if I can find it on Twitter afterwards and show you. But it was like, oh, that was cool.
okay.
I think I don't remember what episode it was, but in a recent Doctor Who magazine, Russell talked about Disney asked him to sort of go a bit more out there with one of the. I think it's one of the specials, like one of the opening things of like, you've got the budget behind you,
Yeah.
so we're going to use it, and like he's played down rumours that the budget is like 10 million an episode. He went, if it was that much, I'd be talking to you from a base on the moon kind of thing, which is lovely that it's Russell just sort of like, no,
hell no. False.
we've got a bit more money, but obviously they'll spend it in the right places, so on more visual effects, maybe getting a couple of higher profile actors for a couple of episodes down the line. But apart from that, I think it can look great when it looks great. We've also had the trailer for the 60th specials, as they're being labelled at the moment.
Yeah.
We got that on
60th trilogy.
Christmas Day.
I think Christmas
It's
Day.
Christmas Day after the Strictly Christmas special. We had the first teaser trailer. It was, and
it was a teaser. But damn good teaser.
David back. It was about 45 seconds to a minute long. We basically just got a thing of it was Russell Doctor Who marking. It was, here's David, here's Catherine, here's some monsters that you don't know what they are. Here's Beep the Meat.
Beep the Meat. A really obscure character.
Yeah, I love that we're pulling those and the aliens from that 80s
the Wraith Warriors, the Wrath Warriors, or whatever. Yeah.
But that could just be for one of the specials.
Yeah. It probably will be. But maybe the footage is possibly for one. Do you think
I feel like it's the first one.
Yeah. Do you think he would spread footage from all 3, or do you think it's just going to be the one?
I think it might be. Like Avengers Endgame's trailer was, nothing in it that we saw was after like the first hour.
Yeah.
So we had 2 hours of I don't know what the fuck's coming. I think it's going to be all from the first episode.
Yeah.
Because as far as we know, we don't know that they're all one
big story. No.
in 3 parts. But we also don't know that they're 3 separate ones. We've only seen the Camden stuff and all the things that Russell wanted us to see. Because they would have gone through a lot more lengths to hide other surprises that he said there are definitely more surprises to come in these specials.
But even one that he might have alluded to online in a certain Instagram comment that's then kind of...
Which one's that?
About his granddaughter. Where has she been? Or whatever
I think he also does that to play up, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone's touted that Susan should come back for ages. Like,
I mean, it's
so many people
probably the longest overdue thing about the show, regardless if you're a classic or new fan.
But then that's the thing. I don't think you necessarily have to go back to that. But in terms of an anniversary year, it makes sense.
Good reason
yes.
to do it.
Oh,
yeah.
it'd be the best reason.
Great
Like
reason.
you had 100 years of the BBC, and you had William Chesterton, the first and one of the longest running companions on Doctor Who in the early days. Like he was the guy, and he broke the Guinness World Record for the longest gap between televisual appearances as the same character.
Oh, bloody hell, that's amazing.
And
that's
so
amazing.
yeah, I think it's it's as good a time as any to do it. If they don't bring Carol Ann Ford back, I'm never going to hold it against them, because it's not like I was clamouring for her to come back for the 50th.
Yeah, true.
I'm kind of at the fact that I think your Doctor Who anniversary specials need to be more like the 3 Doctors than the 5 Doctors.
Absolutely.
I love the 5 Doctors. It's camp. It's fun. It's basically a Doctor Who movie.
Run around. Yeah.
Here's sort of like the tapas selection of the best bits of Doctor Who, and also it doesn't really make sense and it's a bit stupid. But in terms of from a story, oh yes, the mighty kazoo of the fucking Death Zone on Gallifrey. I think, but story-wise, you get nothing from it.
Not
Whereas
really,
in terms
no.
of the 3 Doctors, when it ends, the Doctor has remembered like how to use the TARDIS. So it's like, and then that period of the show was over, and now here's the future of it. It's very much like the 50th was, as much as people don't agree with it, like because in the end, if you think about it, then the 9th Doctor grieved over nothing. But I think the timelines, it very cleverly rewrote the continuity without affecting what came before.
No,
but also set it on a new path. Because I always come back to the fact that, you know, those people that started making it in 63 didn't think it would get to this point.
Of course.
But you've also got to, like, with this now, it's proved that it's longevity. You have to sort of set the marker down of, like, the impetus to get to the 100th anniversary. So, like, he didn't allude to, like, obviously, because he says the Crystal D interviews on the former Doctor Who fan show that now is no longer a thing. Like, her 3-part interview with Stephen Moffat is so highly regarded, and I implore anyone to go and look into it and, like, read up on it and watch them, because he talks about guest writing for Russell, Matt's era, Peter's era, and he talks about why would you visit Gallifrey so soon after the 50th, and he said like, I always set it down for a marker of that's sort of a journey, maybe not the 100th, like you wouldn't wait 100 years to get to Gallifrey again, or like another 50 years to get to Gallifrey again.
Yeah.
But he said, if you have an idea that's worth doing, you do it now. You don't save it for someone else and think, oh, that'd be really good, like, in years to come when someone else comes in and does it. You're like, I want to do this, I do it now. Which he says, in hindsight, you know, it wasn't received well, but, like, you know, sure. Like, I wanted to do Gallifrey. It's not like we're going to have a thing of, he goes up looking for it. Every episode he goes, nope, not Gallifrey, let's have an adventure anyway. Like, it's sort of a thing of,
Genie in a bottle thing.
Yeah.
Like, do I go back to it, do I not?
So,
MacGuffin.
You have to, you know, affect what's come before, but journey to the future. And I want this to sort of be, especially these 3 specials, you have the chance, I think, you've not just got one to sort of go, here's a look back on this, but also we're setting up this. You get sort of maybe the luxury of the first one being this was a jolly old thing back in 2008, these 2 working together, let's have a victory lap of that. And then the other 2 with David, you then do the thing of like, this is a greater thing that's going on, maybe the toy maker, if Neil Patrick Harris is playing the toy maker, because he looked just fabulous in that brief snippet we saw of him.
Or even the
dancing thing,
the roses,
worldwide premiere.
Worldwide
premiere. We got to see all that, and it's, you know, maybe there is more going on, because we still get the same thing of Shooty going, tell me what, someone tell me what the hell is going on here, which Russell's confirmed is green screened, and that's not the real location of where that happens. Because he said if he shows you where that happens, that gives away too much. Which I can immediately buy into, but also like Kevin Smith also said that like the last shot of Rise of Skywalker was one of the best, most like satisfying things, and such a surprise for the, you know, where Star Wars the Skywalker saga ends, and it was just Tatooine, so it was like kind of bigged it up for a fucking hole in the sand there, Kev. But Doctor Who in general, looking forward to
massively.
The good old fires are roaring for some more Doctor Who stuff. So I look forward to that, and I really look forward to Series 14.
Yeah,
because we'll obviously see a snippet of that and what it's going to be like at Christmas, I'm assuming, and unless we get more set stuff that we'll probably
just
comment
before
on
the 50th, even like
maybe maybe like I'm assuming a trailer after his Christmas special.
Oh, absolutely, we've got to get a full-on look at it.
But no, that will be very nice. Other stuff that was very nice was kind of the DCEU, but that's kind
of when's it ever been nice?
But that's kind of, maybe we saved that for its own separate thing, but like everything is done on the DCEU.
I mean, we're done.
Nothing
I'm
is
done with DC. I'm done.
Do you know what?
I'm done.
I think maybe we should make a pact. We'll do a DCEU video.
Okay.
I will buy...
Kind of like the Doctor Who one we did.
Yeah.
I
will buy the remaining DCEU films that I don't own.
My God. Oh, that's a bold statement. Yeah, okay.
I will buy Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. I watched the normal Justice League, and I was kind of like... I rewatched it because I was kind of like, you know what? I haven't watched this properly in years,
yeah.
and I was kind of like, I feel sorry for them because it was on
Oh,
Prime.
for them, absolutely for them, yeah.
And it was on Prime, and I was kind of like, God, they really could have had it all in the palm of their hand, but they just kind of fucked it into a corner, and we're having a reboot of their universe already. What James Gunn and Peter Safran have said is that they are shepherding the stuff that's already being made or already in production, and then
their plan is 10 years worth of...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, much like the Marvel thing, if they'll plan out some stuff, if it gets to one Justice League thing, and then they'll have like probably
phases.
Fucking what's his name? Deathstroke.
Darkseid.
That's the one.
Darkseid, yeah, as the big Thanos villain, which we already got. Yeah, okay.
But it'll be done 10 years later, but he said across like film, TV, things. But we've had the likes of Zachary Levi saying, don't believe everything you read, but also he said in an Instagram live that he doesn't know if he'll get the chance to do more or like whether he won't. He's proud of what he's done so far, and if he gets the opportunity to carry on, he'll be more than grateful. But he's proud of what they've achieved in these two movies. Yeah. The Rock turned down cameos in The Flash and Shazam. Which is, if you're trying to be a cornerstone of the DCU and the whole hierarchy of the DCU.
I know he unfollows DC, doesn't he? He unfollowed.
He says he never followed Warner Brothers or Shazam on his Instagram anyway. But this is a man who has since said that him and James have met with the possibility of maybe having him in multiverse stuff later on down the line. So all of these beloved characters and actors will essentially be the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield cameos that we get in years to come.
20 years time, yeah, okay.
I'm kind of, I don't know about you, I will see out the DCU as is, because I was affected...
Change of heart.
I was affected mainly by the fact that, this is shit.
This is diabolical.
I won't watch The Flash in cinema.
You won't watch The Flash?
Just because the only reason I think we were interested in was Michael Keaton.
Absolutely.
And now...
he feels like he's in it by a scrape.
We don't know that if he's definitely in it, whether because the production then geared up again of in terms of promoting it, because it got moved, because apparently it's been enough time since Ezra Miller did some bad things that they can actually let's promote the movie again. The questionable motives and actions of their star and no repercussions, not interested in that. I'm interested, maybe I'll watch it in streaming or buy it on Blu-ray or whatever. I'm not going to see it in the cinema, just purely the fact of I don't want to support that actor when they have just done bad things, and I'm only in it to see Michael Keaton. And in terms of where this leaves the DCEU as a whole,
if anywhere, if anywhere,
because will they still use that as the reboot point and then go on from there, or will they do let's finish these and then cut there,
bam,
go again?
completely.
Because we know that Superman and Batman are of the highest priority, as they should be, as two of the biggest
IPs, let alone comic properties of all time.
Yeah. I mean, if you were
worldwide,
asked
universally,
name three superheroes, you'd say Superman, Batman, Spider-Man.
I think they're the three.
Yeah,
they are.
I would arguably
they are the Trinity. No offense to Wonder Woman and
obviously the MCU is affected popularity of certain heroes because they've made B. C
Who
and
the
D,
hell were the Guardians of the Galaxy?
They've made B, C, and D list as household names.
Yeah,
and cast in Hollywood films. It's madness. The same DC. If the DCU is done right, I'm sure it'll be as good as Marvel.
Yeah.
But I've also had, like you at points, I've had so much fatigue of, there's been a lot of Marvel stuff.
It's just been a little bit
They've
too much
sort
Marvel
of refocused
stuff,
a bit of, it's quality over quantity, which is fine, because we've kind of had, not even 2021 wasn't crazy, 2022 was just, and here's this, and here's this, and here's that,
corner,
and also, here's all the stuff, there's 16 shows we just announced. There's that. And my just lack of enjoyment overall of the DCU and the waste of the casting of Henry Cavill.
And the money.
Ben Affleck, who was the best part of Batman v Superman.
Definitely.
And then arguably one of the worst parts of both versions of Justice League, I would say. But I like that he's getting a reprieve in Aquaman 2, and maybe he's still in The Flash if that comes out. I feel sorry for Batgirl. I hope that maybe gets a release later on down the line.
Well, potentially. Even if it's through some multiverse reworked shenanigans.
Because that would have been post The Flash, because it would have been Michael Keaton, Nick Fury. I love that that's the thing that will fix it.
Nick Fury. He was the Nick Fury.
There's constantly been a thing of, here's the stuff we planned. All right, we cancel loads of them. Right, here's how we rejig this because certain stars want out, like Ben Affleck. Right, here's how we rejig this. Right, we don't know if he's coming back, can't get him back. Then we have Dwayne Johnson trying to be really important, but then you kind of think all these things that are happening, Warner Brothers had to keep going. All right, James and Peter are coming in.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to keep flipping it and reversing it, and we have to make Flashpoint work to make their universe work. But you kind of think they've done so much fucking mental arithmetic.
They've changed their mind literally every few weeks.
Exactly. And
Every
it's just
few
like,
weeks.
how does this work anymore?
No.
So I kind of want to see it out. And I think we promised to the audience now we will do
we'll pinky promise.
a Man of Steel to whatever the last
Installment.
DCU installment is, I think.
Well, technically Black Adam now. It's Black Adam. At the minute, it's Black
It'll be
Adam.
Aquaman
It'll
2.
be Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
By the time we... Okay.
Because I
That's
believe...
still December. That's the end of this year.
Yeah.
Ah,
which will definitely probably be the last time we see Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
in the role. Yeah. He
But
won't do
I
it.
don't know.
He won't do it for much more.
I think, like, another one, you're wasting him as Aquaman because as much as, like, his movie wasn't great,
No.
you still had a very charismatic lead.
Very.
Like I've said about Ben Affleck, like I've said about Henry Cavill is, you know,
The biggest
the perfect
under-
Superman that has
yeah.
never been given a Superman movie.
Truly.
Because action-
Truly.
Their mistake was, let's let one director's vision override what we want to do.
Yeah, totally.
So you
100%.
had Zack Snyder do
his movie.
Man of Steel, but
but-
he never wanted to do it. He wanted to do a Batman movie. So arguably, why not
would
just
you
give him
do
a
it?
Batman
Yeah,
movie?
exactly, why'd you do it?
So
Yeah.
there's that. There is then Batman v Superman, which isn't received well. The darker tone in the end sort of gets changed a bit after the Suicide Squad to sort of be more lighter and comic booky, which it should. It should always ride the line of, yes, they have a lot darker and more grim stories, but also don't be afraid to put your characters in colourful costumes, because Fox were for years. Fox hated the X-Men costumes.
Too many years. Too many years.
Too many years.
Hmm.
But it's, yeah, I kind of want to see it out, and we'll do a whole Man of Steel to Aquaman 2.
Stop.
Where
This
did it
is
go
it.
wrong? What could have... Because there was, Big Damn Cast. So they
Of course.
transitioned from, after their 300th episode, they transitioned to Big Damn, or Pop Culture Podcast. So they just do it every month or every couple of months, and they just do bigger episodes that are videoed and stuff like that. But one of their early things of their new format was, how do we fix the DCU? And that was like 7-8 months ago.
8 months.
And then they did their recent episode over Christmas. And I was like, well, that meant fuck all, didn't it? But yeah, because I like aspects of it. Like, I love the Suicide Squad. I still need to purchase and consume entirely Peacemaker. Because even James Gunn has said, like, Peacemaker's not safe. He said, so what? Oh, everything's getting cut apart from your Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker show. He's like, not necessarily. Like, because he's even said, like, in some of the things, like, some of this is true, like, in terms of, like, who's getting cut and what films aren't happening or are happening. Some of it isn't true. Some of it we haven't decided whether it's true or not yet, kind of thing. Because they're obviously reworking it and having...
They're having meetings right now.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, to have that clean of a break and that much of a restart, you have to kind of lose everyone.
You do.
Would be the natural thing. But also, I'm not interested in seeing, especially at this moment in time, because Shazam will come out, Shazam Fury of the Gods, and then what we expected to then be...
Teasing to a Black Adam cameo that isn't happening now.
Yeah, like that was the natural collision course for that universe. But then it's
Yeah.
like, well, we're going to have
undone.
someone else probably recast as Shazam anyway, so what's the point?
Yeah.
A new Batman. I'm very surprised, and I'm very happy that they have not just decided, well, let's just make Robert Pattinson the DCU Batman.
the main Batman. Yeah.
Because that's still going to happen. They're still going to have their kind of Elseworlds things, and I wouldn't be surprised if their big Endgame thing was Crisis on Infinite Earths, like times
the movie
1,000.
edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
movie edition times 1,000, including the
Yeah.
TV shows. But you're getting Stephen Amell back for
The
final
final
season
season
of
of The
The
Flash. At least that's a win.
to close off
Yeah.
the Arrowverse, because that's the last show.
Because that is the last show, yeah, I believe.
Because Superman and Lois isn't in that universe anymore, even though it was.
No, it
but
was.
then-
But that's when we had Mike on in. He went into that a bit
Because
more. But
there
it
was
wasn't.
one of the recent episodes that were like, it was basically a throwaway line to basically, that's a different universe. It's kind of like,
Oh, great! Thanks
Yeah.
for telling us. Yeah.
I would, I'm up for in terms of like, he's the character that started it all. It would feel wrong to not have
Stephen
Oliver
Amell in
Queen
it at least. Yeah, that's what I mean.
in some aspect, because I think you've got Batgirl in it already.
In the
In
really?
the Flash, I think she's.
Oh.
I think the new lady that obviously took over from Ruby Rose,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that she's been confirmed to have a cameo sort of in their finale thing, because I think it will just be
Okay.
sort of like their last crossover will tie it all up. I think Legends, there's no word of them being involved, which is a shame because
Is
that
it?
never
That's
got
a
a decent
shame.
wrap up.
No.
And I'd liked Legends of Tomorrow.
I did. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I liked Green Arrow for the first 3 seasons until it was like, let's give him all the Batman stories,
tropes.
because we can't do Batman in TV for some
reason.
reason.
For some reason.
Because Batman's always got to be gone from whatever his characters in his universe are in. Like, Batman's been missing for ages, or he's Ian Glenn in Titans, or he's Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy passed. We didn't talk about that, did we?
I mean, he was in Crisis on Infinite
He
Earths,
was.
but not the Batman. He was just a multiverse.
He finally
crazy Batman.
He finally got to be
live action Batman.
live action Batman
years ago. Yeah, but yeah, he did pass away.
That was
We didn't talk about that.
What else? I feel like we've lost more people. Have we lost a lot of people? I don't know. It will
Not-
come to us because
yeah,
we're kind of. This is our first week back.
This is a rant. This isn't, if you can tell, non-scripted. This is just a
This
fuck
is-
it, we're doing it live type return.
Yeah. DCU stuff will come. We'll leave the Marvel stuff because we kind of have to end with a big Marvel thing anyway. So
Yeah.
we've got. I think this was confirmed before, but we've got the title of the Avatar threequel.
Right. Avatar
But it's going
3.
up against another threequel. So
Another
Avatar the Seed Bearer
Okay.
will go up against Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Well, I know what team I'm on.
Team Sonic.
Absolutely.
I still haven't seen Sonic 2. Do you know what I did
Oh,
watch, though?
no.
Do you know what I did watch?
What?
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was on Prime.
Good man. Yes.
Where would it be? It'd probably be in my top 5. I think it was. I think,
It was amazing.
you know what? I'd put it above, literally just above by like 1 point.
Bible.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, okay.
I loved it. I think
Yeah.
it was well done. I've sort of, because you've got that thing of where some of those movies are now still sort of coming out as we eke into the new year, and we've had no original streaming films yet for this year.
No, we've not. No.
All we've
we
had
haven't.
is series, because I've watched all of The Rig. You've watched some of it.
The rig. Sorry, yeah, the rig.
I'm going to watch Kaleidoscope in it. We're going to do
Yeah.
maybe a Kaleidoscope thing where you watch it one way, I
I'll
watch it
do the
another
other,
way.
and then we both combine and do a mega review and be
We-
like,
we
"This
do-
is how we
this is what I
experience
got.
things."
And I'm like, no, this is wrong because I watched it this
Yeah.
way.
And then some idiot goes, "Now you need to watch it like this." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Avatar, because I've still not seen Avatar, I will
Okay.
maybe go watch, because I think
Still worth a watch.
because a lot of people I've said, Mr. Sunday Movies included,
Pleasantly
have
surprised.
said that this is infinitely better than the second one, but it is a lot of just.
as in what, Avatar 1 is
No,
better
no,
than
as
second,
in
or
the
is it
second. Sorry, it's
one's
better than the first one. Yeah,
Okay.
as in infinitely
Yeah.
better in terms of a story, but in terms of where it's going to go, because James Cameron's basically said that it's going to be the same villain in all of them, kind of thing. There's going to be Fire Na'vi in Seed Bearer.
Yeah,
Has been
I know
confirmed.
that. Ooh.
And the reason this had to make so much money is because yes, it was the new technology with filming underwater basically,
Mhm.
but also the fact that he filmed this, most of 3, and a little bit of 4.
I think it's to do with it's to avoid the Stranger Things of having actors age up in
yeah.
scenes, and
So then all they've got to do when they go back, I think, end of this year, they'll probably finish up
for
number 3
Mm.
and then continue and do 4 and maybe start 5, because he said apparently 4's where it goes nuts. So
okay.
he had-
well,
he had like 10 pages of notes on the second one. They gave him 1 page of notes on like the third one, and then the second one, the fourth one, they went, holy shit, and he's like, where's the notes? And they're like, those are the notes. But yeah, so
Those are the
Avatar
notes.
3, Sonic 3, both
Okay.
out December 20th, 2024. Which one will you be watching first, says the Hollywood Handle? And I say to you, Hollywood Handle, probably Sonic.
probably Sonic.
Because I've heard that mixed things on Sonic 2. I've heard
Yeah.
it's infinitely better than the first one because you get more of the dynamic of a Sonic game in terms of it's Tails and Sonic,
and that's
and then Knuckles is there, and there's actual like those things, and it's not just Sonic's in our world now, and then this thing
It
happens.
gets away from that. Yeah, I totally agree with that tagline. Yeah, totally. Yep, that's why I'd say it was better.
But it's one of those films that it was a lot of fun. I did like it. We've not talked about the fact that there's the hashtag sell Zack Snyder's
Snyderverse
Justice
to
League to
Netflix.
Netflix. Have you seen any of that?
I totally hadn't. That's news to me.
So on Valentine's Day, it's a trending event on Twitter.
Mm.
Will be using the hashtags because they want at least sell this version to Netflix to make them finish it. But then it'll probably get cancelled
It
after
probably
fucking
will.
one movie
It
anyway.
fucking would anyway.
But
That's Netflix for you.
that is Netflix. I'm trying to look through the non-Marvel stuff. Yeah, Stephen Amell, we did that one. It's like a nice little checklist. Is there anything immediately on your brain while I search through this stuff?
I'm trying to think of any trailers that came out because we've
got the big.
no. Sorry, what were you going to say?
We've got the big Marvel one we had.
Well, yeah, that trailer, but there's been other movies that are coming out and definitely are worth seeing. One of them involves a certain Cage of Nicholas.
Yes, the what is that film called?
Rainfield. I've totally butchered it.
Rainfield.
Rainfield.
Where he's Dracula.
Nicholas Hoult is his butler, and Dracula is this over-the-top comedic goof played by Nicolas Cage. But it does seem like he wants Nicholas Hoult as Rainfield, whoever you want to pronounce it. He wants out the vampire life. I don't know. He just wants out the life. Aquafina's in it. Ben Schwartz is in it. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Conde Dracula's his name. What? Conde Dracula?
Did you like the fact that I did that? No, I did the Doctor Who thing.
Oh yeah, nice. And the sheep.
Yes.
and the sheep.
Yeah, that does look good. A lot of fun. I think that will be because maybe we could do a thing of like we're spitballing loads of ideas here because that's just where we are. It's a new year. We could do a thing where we predict the top box office films.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Like what Screen Junkies used to do before they got shit and were run by a horrible person.
Evil Dead Rise is another trailer I saw this morning.
You sent me that. That was a good trailer.
That was a very intense horror-filled trailer.
That was very good. I like that. I'm
not a theatrical release.
And I'm not a mad horror guy, but I like that.
It was intense.
What was it? A lot of people saying that the hype for the sequels to the DCU stuff that are basically the in-betweens before the new DCU stuff starts should just, even though it's a bad financial decision, just cancel it maybe start again.
Maybe
Marvel.
start again with Batgirl.
But with Gal Gadot being no longer Wonder Woman, possibly, we don't know, but we know that Wonder Woman 3 is not happening in the form it was going to be because Patty Jenkins, this is the version she came to with, is can you do something different with it? No, I'm going to go do Flight Squadron, Rogue Squadron, Star Wars movie finally.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot is apparently set to return in Fast X.
Dun, dun, dun,
but didn't her character die? So did half of them. Literally, does it matter?
Multiverse. Car that goes through the multiverse, a DeLorean.
I'm going to save that Dwayne Johnson speech for the DC video because there's no point because everyone's seen that. We're basically catching up on 4.5 weeks of shit. Do you know what we did see pictures for? And this was...
What is this?
This was just before Christmas. Confirmation of the Luther movie.
Did we?
The title.
Did we?
Luther, the Fallen Son.
Okay,
March
cool.
2023.
March 2023. Oh.
Idris Elba looking menacing in the corridor, menacing in the snow, and menacing without a tie on in Piccadilly Circus.
It's no time to die.
He would have been such a good James Bond had they asked him to do it 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Mm.
But people have said, because I've seen Calvin Dyson say would you then go for the blockbuster ones if you do a couple where it's just here's someone you've always wanted to see do James Bond? Because maybe Henry Cavill's a bit too old for it, but obviously he's freed up time. Because he's 39?
Just a little bit. Something like that, yeah. 39.
I think he could still do it for at least 3. I know Aaron Taylor-Johnson is the rumour at the moment, and that's one that I didn't see coming, but I don't dislike.
I don't hate it. Especially after Bullet Train, I don't hate it.
That's still on rent or buy it, and I don't have any money, so at the moment it's just watch the trailer and look at it.
And stare at it.
Yeah. Imagine this movie. But no,
you're still searching your train ticket, in other words.
Basically, yeah. I'm still a fucking TFL of fucking cancelled all the trains.
Greatness.
Yeah, that's a Zachary Levi thing. We've talked about him. What was it? That's a Marvel thing.
I totally forgot Henry Cavill's in the Highlander reboot.
Is that still happening? Because that was Ryan Reynolds for ages.
Yeah, no, it was end of last year.
Have you seen the Highlander, the original one?
I love the Highlander. Yeah, no, I saw it maybe last summer.
There can only be one. Second one.
I have not seen the rest. I've not seen the rest. I've only seen the original.
Watch 2. Actually, watch all of them. Maybe we could do a commentary.
There's an anime one as well. I got told to watch.
There is some.
There's some good stuff.
There are some sci-fi channel original movie levels of shit.
Amazing. Okay.
Cavill and Godot reportedly had cameos in The Flash.
Yeah.
That have been cut
but it's been
because
cancelled.
the Justice League were going to show up to stop Barry messing with time to save his mum. because his mum was now in the film because his dad, the guy who played his dad, dropped out and wasn't going to be
That's right.
his dad anymore.
But then they recast the dad, didn't they? I thought, and then
I think they weren't going to. Then they just brought in the mum. That's why, because the dad weren't going to do it. But then it's like, would you have another scene of just the Justice League, but without either Batman and Cyborg, or just without Cyborg? Because that's proper fishy. Like, I think the person who benefits the most from this universe being cancelled is just Ray Fisher. Might get heard because he has been distinctly fucking shafted, but also Amber Heard's still somehow in Aquaman 2. That might change.
You know
this
how
whole thing's just a mess.
You know how the DCU should end, just the final image, regardless of if
Zack
it's the Flash
Snyder,
or if it's Aquaman 2 or whatever.
What you should do is, have you ever seen the end of 2.5 Men?
No.
The show.
No.
So what happened is, that's a studio-bound, like, multi-camera setup sitcom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the last episode, Charlie Sheen's character comes back. So Charlie Sheen's character was killed off when Charlie Sheen was being not very nice about the show's creator.
Oh,
so they killed him off at the end of season 8, brought in Ashton Kutcher. Then the whole premise of the finale, when they were like, "Oh, this is that Charlie's actually still alive, and he's coming to the house, and they're worried that he's going to, like, basically kill him or, like, just take the house back." And the ending shot is he knocks on the door from the back. It's not actually Charlie Sheen. It's a body double made up to look like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Knocks on the door. A piano falls on him. And then you zoom out, and it's creator of the show, Chuck Lorre, sitting in his director's chair thing. Says Charlie Sheen's catchphrase to take the piss out of him, and then a piano falls on him. I think we should zoom out from Aquaman. Zack Snyder sitting there watching the rushes. And they're like, and it's the editor, and is it James Wan still directing? So, so we'll have James Wan, the editor, Zack Snyder are in the editing suite.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you think of that, Zack? And he just goes, yeah, just 1 sec. He goes, and then he comes back with this big petrol canister, pours it all over the console, just lights a match, and then we zoom out to Warner Brothers Studios, and it's just explosion, and then end, and then end.
No, I was thinking
that could work.
Your ending sounds brilliant, because I say mine literally should have just been Flash through multiverse Flashpoint shenanigans, talking to a version of Batman, which we won't see. And it's like, Bruce, Lois, or someone copyrighted "It's the Key," and it just cuts to black.
It's
like a paradox.
Oh,
it's like an
so
infinite
it eats
time
in on
loop.
himself.
It's an infinite time loop. Yes,
it's like either the Daleks. It's just circling itself.
It's a time loop.
Mate, yeah.
Considering the Flashpoint is about rebooting time and the sake of you just save his mum, like,
because also, like, that's the future point, which was a different version of reality when you had Nomad Superman anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, something stupid like that.
But and then it turns round, the Batman turns round, and it's George Clooney, and then you cut to black.
Yeah, exactly. George Clooney, and then it's like,
and then you have.
It was Freeze all along.
No, and then, like, he comes out of that thing, and then he's Grant Gustin.
Oh, wait, what?
And then it ends.
And then it ends.
And then we zoom out, and then we have the petrol canister.
Oh dear, we've killed the DCU.
Maybe that's how you
we've killed it. We've actually killed it and finished it for good.
Oh,
well.
Blumhouse are doing a live-action Five Nights at Freddy's film, which is going to be...
God.
Maybe set in the same universe as M3 but
M3, but already got a sequel. M3 comes out Friday. It's already got a sequel.
It's basically Chucky, isn't it?
I very much believe. Yeah.
So Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson have apparently been cast. You'll know cool. Matthew Lillard as Shaggy from
Scooby-Doo.
2 fantastic Scooby-Doo movies,
and Scream.
And Scream. And Josh Hutcherson from, he was in Hunger Games for a bit.
And that guy.
Bridge to Terabithia or Zathura, one of those.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Marvel, that's the James Gunn thing we talked, because there's so much going back to like mid-December. That's My Child.
He's on the news.
That's a joke about the England. It's a joke about the England game. It's pointless now, isn't it?
Very relevant. It did come home.
Jason Momoa's Lobo, we basically covered that.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be some multiverse shenanigans.
Doctor Who mold spoiler stuff. This was from ages ago. So one of the lines apparently in the first special is Nerys and her big mouth. So Nerys is coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
Shock horror.
Special number 2 has the following word in it: flux.
No.
So maybe
they're going to be so he's going to be talking about the flux.
Yeah, be like, oh, that thing with the flux. Did that affect the Universe Doctor? Fuck knows.
What? How did I lose my memory, Doctor? Let me see now. Oh, timing wave flux? No. Wait, what? What? The flux? I haven't seen the flux for years.
Flux control? I haven't seen flux control for years. You're controlling all the flux positives.
Got to reverse the polarity of the flux.
Can you imagine if they just redubbed all of David's lines with past lines from like series 2?
Just all the lines.
The episode stuff we talked about, the actual episode count of series 14, we've done that. Yep, the fake account. I said that fake location. I've beaten my phone to it. So many screenshots that I can finally delete.
Fake location.
Love that. The episode stuff. That's Marvel. That's earn money from Discord. Marvel. That's a shot of a unit base possibly, but that's been confirmed. That's the new logo. Who dis? And what was it? Someone said, okay, so apparently Ezra Miller stayed out of the news long enough for them to start making the Flash again, marketing the Flash again. Take note, people. You only have to keep your head down for a month and a half. Execs are going to be sweating bullets when their January court date comes around, though.
Oh dear. Yeah. Well, true.
We'll see how that one goes. That's Marvel. Is that all of them? I've basically got loads. I'll go through, and then after today's episode, I'm going to delete all the old stuff because we've either covered it in some capacity
today,
or it's going to be talked about in years to come. So, should we do Marvel, my love?
Absolutely.
So this is the main bit. The main bit. We'll talk about the trailer last.
The trailer.
Yeah,
the trailer to end all trailers.
The trailer to end.
But to reignite some excitement.
But to also, the poster says, "Witness the beginning of a dynasty."
Oh. And what a glorious dynasty.
And I won't lie, I had fucking goosebumps watching that. Obviously, we're talking about the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer, which we will talk about last. What we'll talk about in the main timeline, we're talking about this. We will reportedly be... So more Marvel stuff will be announced. Some stuff has sort of been moved around. Armor Wars obviously become a film.
Yeah.
We've had them sort of go... Maybe we released a bit too much last year. We'll go a bit... like
just maybe.
Like the Adele song. Go easy on me, please, Marvel. We'll see like as and what comes out, because apparently there's going to be a Wong series called based off of the Strange Academy short run of short stories, and it's going to have America Chavez.
No way.
Maybe Madison. You're going to have like loads of other, like you're maybe going to have Wong running the Sanctum. So that's a thing that I don't care. Sign me up. Benedict Wong running a school.
Yeah, please. It's running a school.
Absolutely.
Hogwarts style.
Literally like fucking happy as fuck Dumbledore. Like
yes,
but without a beard. It's great.
Without a beard.
So we're moving towards more of a Young Avengers, because reportedly the Vision Quest series that is still in the works at some point, maybe we'll see it soon, maybe
maybe be Phase 6,
maybe Armor Wars,
end of Phase 5,
we will see Vision's daughter be introduced.
Viv, is it Viv?
Viv, yes, yeah. Viv, the part android, part alien. Is she part alien? Is she part? Because I didn't even know Vision had a kid. Isn't it Vision goes to an alien planet and they like help him have the kid, essentially, because it's not him and
Scarlet. It's
not him and Scarlet Witch's one, I don't think.
No.
So it's
not Wiccan or Speed, obviously, because it's from that recent comic where he's like the Vision family, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's like a thing of like his version of that closure that she had, but obviously she'll be back in some capacity because of the big fucking explosion thing we saw. But at the moment we've got Ironheart, America Chavez, Miss Marvel, Scar of Sakaar, yeah. With his really bad haircut. Kate
dodgy.
Bishop. You could still arguably use Spider-Man in there.
Yeah. Whether or not they remember him,
Wiccan and Speed, if they come across, and Viv. So we are maybe going towards a young of it. Disney Plus series, if you're not using Spider-Man. If you're using Spider-Man, like you have to kind of maybe do the... I know this sounds stupid, but do you remember the Jimmy Neutron movie?
I love Jimmy Neutron.
Where like all the adults got taken. So like maybe you have the thing of like... The Avengers are lost fighting Kang in space.
In space, yeah.
So then it's down to the kids to sort of be like, fuck, we've got to save Earth. Maybe you do like that. And then let's sort of... Maybe like that. Would you be up for that?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if I'm up for they'll do Young Avengers because it's marketable.
Well, and also because it goes back to the Avengers Endgame is the last Avengers movie. So, yeah, they will call it Young Avengers, I reckon. It'll be Young Avengers, the Kang Dynasty.
Young Avengers, the Avengers.
Young Avengers, the Kang Dynasty of Avengers.
The Kang Dynasty Avengers. We're
of Avengers.
Yeah, there it is. Solar Hotel. That was the thing. I found it. I screenshotted it because I knew that one day I'd have to show you. What else? What else? What else? Yes. Sadie Sink is reportedly being cast in a role in the Thunderbolts.
Oh, a
Rumoured-
villain?
Rumored to be Songbird.
See that? I see that.
Fine.
Yeah, I see
She's
that.
great young actress, and
Yeah.
her character's basically dead in Stranger Things anyway.
Oh, running up that hill too much, eh?
Oh, I saw a really. Okay, so this is a Christmas joke I heard. All right.
Okay.
So Kate Bush is the singer of that song. This is for the audience to give them context of this joke, so that it's
Yes,
funny.
It's fine. Yeah. Understood.
Why does Kate Bush, not Kate Bishop,
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop? Why does Kate Bush never put her heating on in the winter?
She ain't running up no hill, that's for sure.
She's running up that bill.
Yeah, running up that bill. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Look, the Strange Academy comics, America Chavez.
Strange Academy.
And Selma Stanton, who will first appear in Ironheart.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know Strange Academy was an actual comic.
It's like a little short run of stuff akin to the old What If kind of things. Marvel are reportedly trying to fast track the third Doctor Strange movie to release before Kang Dynasties. That might be one of the other ones in Phase 6 that we haven't seen, because obviously
so like late 24,
we saw
25.
Fantastic Four, Dynasty, and Secret Wars,
yeah.
and many other gaps.
Ah.
They're hoping to get Scott Derrickson to return to direct, because I think they're eyeing up Sam Raimi for something else.
Something else horror-filled. What?
I'd like to see
Ghost Rider? What a jinx! What a
Hold my hand and make a wish, Connor.
Oh. What a jinx! Ghost Rider.
That would be cool. I'm up for that. Armor Wars.
Mm.
I don't know if this is a thing of just upcoming, but it was just a thing of like, you've got Ironheart, you've got White Vision,
Yeah.
you've got, reportedly they're going to be reusing Ultron again, maybe played by James Spader, maybe just played by Ross Marquand is the rumour.
Okay, yeah.
Shang-Chi stuff, Power Man sort of should cameo in it at some point, and Kate Bishop. So if that's all in one movie,
that's all in Armor Wars. Bloody
it's
hell.
just that's one movie now, isn't it? That's the thing.
That's all Armor Wars.
But here's one I think you're going to be really excited for.
Oh god, hit me with this excitement.
So we love how Daredevil came back, right?
I love Daredevil too much.
Do you love the MCU Netflix shows?
Yes.
Do you wish more MCU Netflix shows came back?
No, overrated. Controversial, no, boo.
The thing is, I know he's joking really, because
Who says I'm joking?
sharing
I want
a
the voice.
picture from the gym
From the gym.
whilst wearing a Daredevil t-shirt,
Kirsten Ritter.
Kristen Ritter shared a workout selfie.
Oh, with a Daredevil top on.
Yep, in the gym. She's got the DD.
Oh, I did see that. Oh, okay.
Fueling rumours once again that she will return in some part. The fact that the rumour before was that he was looking for Jessica Jones in Born Again. She would obviously enter the same thing of, this happened, but it didn't really happen, so, murky waters. I'd love to
we didn't.
I'd love to see her back. Like, Mike Colt was in a film this year, isn't he?
Plane. Unlimited
yeah.
showing literally in like 2
Yeah.
weeks. Yes.
He's
Gerard
in
Butler.
that. Get him in it.
Yeah, why not?
Why
Get him with the beard.
flip not?
It could be an MCU movie. He's got the flashback, he's got the beard. It could be a Luke Cage flashback for all we know.
But yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah.
her back because she was amazing, and we know that.
Mm.
Someone not returning at this moment in time, you've shared this with me before, so you'll know, Spider-Man Noir, to Nicolas Cage's knowledge, is not in Across the Spider-Verse.
The only Spider-Man at the minute from that poster that isn't in it, from what I can think of.
Well, you can't see Penny in it, can you?
Penny.
Penny
No,
Parker.
Penny Parker. No, actually, okay, 2 people that aren't in it.
Spider-Ham. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I'm sure Spider-Ham's in a poster.
I wouldn't
sure.
be surprised if they didn't use that group again.
Oh, that's what I mean. All of them. But if you're going to use the group, you can't not miss one of them. I feel like you're going to have all of them.
I wouldn't be
all done.
surprised if it's just like it's going to focus on different things, different universes, different characters, and then maybe you have
Save it for part 2.
because
perhaps.
Beyond is being
touted
touted as the Avengers Endgame for this level of stuff, because it's all going to because presumably it's all going to culminate with the end of the trilogy. It might carry on depending on how much it does, but I would not be surprised. Oh fucking hell. Dave Bautista has confirmed that Guardians 3 is his final MCU movie,
Yeah.
which he's kind of been touting on that, if you want me for action
Physicality.
films, you've got me for like another 5 years, because then I want to stop doing them because I don't want to be working out.
He's
in
going to
my
retire in a
50s.
cabin, but you're going to have to knock at the cabin trailer. It's with Ron Bloody Rupert Bloody
Ron
Grim.
bloody Weasley.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
And that's like February, M. Night Shyamalan's latest movie. I think
Yeah.
it's beginning of Feb.
Yeah, did you
I
see
haven't seen the trailer
Did you
yet.
see on M. Night Shyamalan's Twitter, he played Cards Against Humanity over Christmas,
Oh,
and
did he? Great.
someone pulled out the M. Night... I think either he or one of his family members pulled out the M. Night Shyamalan card from Cards Against Humanity, and he was like, small world kind of thing, and it's like, that's quite funny.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for Drax. I love him. I just don't know if I want him to be my legacy. It's kind of a silly performance. I want to do a bit more dramatic stuff, which... As he's also been, accredited by Ryan Johnson as the best wrestler turned actor, he's also said in that same GQ interview that he never set out to be like another version of The Rock. But
And he isn't.
he's
Not to
far
dismiss
far
Batista or The
far
Rock,
from
but
it.
Not to put The Rock on some super mountain peak and Batista on such a low level, but
No.
he isn't.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
But
no, he isn't.
we've said that the one with the best range and the best actor is Dave Batista, the best performer is John Cena, and the best superstar is The Rock. Because he leads the charisma.
I just think personally as well, for the shortest span of time in the acting field, I think he's just had a good knack of picking good scripts and just picking good films.
Yeah,
Because it took The Rock years until he discovered Fast and Furious.
yeah.
And I mean, you're not saying Game Plan 2 Fairy or anything like that aren't worthy, but Doom, atrocious. That's
Yes.
not Doom.
Mm.
And all these other
Scorpion
early
King.
stuff. I've yet to see Mummy Returns and Scorpion King. I'm not saying they didn't make an impact at the time, but are they
Yeah,
are they good?
It's just the CGI is terrible.
Yeah, that's all I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Much like, I don't know how this leads in.
Yeah.
Much like a WandaVision character returning for Agatha Coven of Chaos, Deborah Jo Rupp is reportedly joined the cast of Coven of Chaos, reprising her role as Mrs. Hart.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see
Hart.
how that goes. Let me just look outside for a second while you talk about Chris Hemsworth.
What about him? What am I saying about Chris Hemsworth? He's Hemsworth, but we can also mention another Avenger shortly afterwards as well.
You can. I don't know why they're sitting outside. So Jonathan Majors has said that he wants to fight Thor in Kang Dynasty. He said, "Yeah, bring it. I'm not afraid of Chris Hemsworth."
Oh, that's not where I was going with that. But
and I've seen a lot of things saying that would be a good place for the character to end.
Be no more.
But then I would be surprised if they had Secret Wars and didn't have one of their Holy Trinity in it.
Well, no.
I expect to see all three of those actors in there as some version of characters. As
Right.
what though?
We don't know.
We don't know. Sorry, what was you going to say about?
I literally
The
was just
Avenger.
going to mention that. Well, it's not exactly Christmas news, but it was some point earlier last year that he was in. He's got. I can't think of the exact thing, but he's got risk of some disease. and he's taken
risk
a
of
step
early
back.
onset dementia. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
dementia. That was it. Fucking dementia.
He's not got dementia outright.
No,
but he's
no,
got
of course.
He's got a condition that's associated with early onset dementia. So he's obviously taking a look at himself, taking a break from acting.
Yeah,
and
he's
kind
taking a
of-
back
yeah.
seat.
But also looking to sort of learn more about it and to sort of, I think, make another one of his
Advise.
Nat Geo things where he kind of makes it more of a public awareness thing, which I'm
All for.
all for that, 100%.
But then an actual critical condition, literally over the Christmas break, is a certain Hawkeye.
Yes,
Jeremy Renner.
helping out a stranded car in a
In a
snowy road, the snowplow accident, and it hit him and in the ICU
bloody
for a
hospital.
lot. But at least he's proved that he is the strongest Avenger because great guy Jeremy Renner. Hopefully he's okay and
I rate
can
him.
be back to his feet and back with his family ASAP
Yeah.
because he's looking.
Thoughts are with you, Jeremy.
Yes, 100%. He's looking a bit rough and fucking tired, as you would do if you got hit by a snowplow. But
Can't say I've experienced it.
no, I don't
No.
think we'd want to. I mean.
No.
So the list of Disney Plus shows for this year, we've got
Okay. Confirmed.
3. Only 3 shows.
Secret Invasion, Loki season 2, and
Season 2 of What If has been delayed. Loki season
Okay.
2, Secret Invasion, and Ironheart.
Ironheart. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got maybe like a 4th would start at the end because I think What
Yeah.
If has been moved to next year.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
Zombies might be the end of this year, beginning of next year. So,
But then that's only shows. It doesn't necessarily fit in special presentations. That they're going to do
Yes.
any one-off.
yes, that is true.
ideas.
But but I think that having it's good that they've scaled it back, and then we'll be like, well, we've got the room for one more, and there's a gap.
An overload.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you don't want to do the thing where it's like we've got this one, and then we've got this one, and then we've got that because in the first 3 months of the year last year, it was we had Moon Knight, we had Miss Marvel. And it was just so much of that, and then the movies as well. Like you just kind of have a break, have your breather, sort of thing.
And then want to come back to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
A certain member of the Holy Trinity might be returning, or has seemingly confirmed his return by saying that he has a cameo, in quotation marks, of what level we don't know, in Secret Wars. No, Secret Wars and Armor Wars, reportedly. We know that it was rumoured that Tony Stark would be back as an AI, but Robert Downey Jr. is seemingly in both of those things. I'd be very surprised if Secret Wars happened and he wasn't in it.
I mean, yeah.
At least for a Tobey Maguire walking through the portal moment. That level of, fuck, the guy that started it all. And
he's here!
The
The crowd, mate! Yeah, like, real crowd pleasing.
Bring down Kang with the one guy that we needed. Like, the guy that is the reason the Avengers exist.
I know. He's still wearing the gauntlet. What if it's like a weird time snap thing where it's literally as he's about to do the I am Iron Man, as he's about to snap his fingers, he then gets plucked, and that's when he's like, oh shit.
But Kang constructed that. Kang, basically, we know that he wrote that storyline for that to happen.
He broke the 16th walls.
And seemingly done that because he knew how powerful Tony Stark was. So he managed to construct a time.
Biggest weapon against him.
So he managed to construct a timeline in which Tony died.
Yeah. Gee, that's fucking deep.
Cool.
That's deep.
One of these fake castings for Midnight Suns we've seen, because that's long rumoured. I'd love to see it as a Disney Plus show. Or I think, judging by this cast, I think a movie would work just as well. You ready?
Go on, hit me.
So,
hit me, baby, one more
we would
time.
have for Midnight Suns, if this was real, I have to specify, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Yeah.
My old friend Kit Harington back as Black Knight.
Dan Whitman, yeah.
Maybe doing my questionable accent against Oscar Isaac's questionable accent of Moon Knight.
Which accent are you referring to?
The bloody British one. We haven't seen Jake Lotley yet. That's rumoured to have a season 2 confirmed at some point, and probably 2024.
It has to.
Because why else would the director and the star be in Egypt?
That's what I mean. They have to do something with Moon Knight.
We've got Gael Garcia Bernal as Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night.
Now, here's where we get into the fantasy stuff.
Okay.
Those are obviously people that are playing those characters, and that would be a good Midnight Suns lineup. Here's where we get into the take this with a huge pinch of salt. Someone who's been touted at this part for years, Norman Reedus as Ghost Rider.
I mean, yeah.
I'm calling it now because a lot of people have said all these like payoff for Spider-Man fans and that, give us what we want, which is Ghost Rider, like Nicolas Cage cameo in Secret Wars, or like the original Fantastic Four, which I think we're going to get. I call it now. Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider will appear in at least one shot
of Secret
Wars. He might not speak, and he might just be Skullhead, but we'll know that is the costume of the 2007/2011-12 Spirit of Vengeance
thing.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. I rate that.
Logan Lerman as Death Rider.
Death Rider?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Ghost Rider thing.
Death Rider? Oh, I'm assuming so.
John Bernthal was Punisher.
Okay, yeah.
That would be a great place to bring him back. But I think he's still going to get a comeback somewhere. Daveed Diggs as Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah.
And the long-rumoured Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. And then it has the stuff at the end, so it's got Laura Donnelly as Elsa Bloodstone, Kerry Jones as Man-Thing, with Thomas Doherty as Blackheart, and Ian McShane as Zarathos. Which is one of the Underworld guys, Zarathos is?
I was going to say, who is Zarathos? I don't know Zarathos.
Is he like Hades, but
I'm sure so.
Maybe. Hades, has not been Mades yet.
Hades has not been made.
Just like the upcoming...
But he's Mateys with Mephisto.
Like the upcoming Nova project from Marvel Studios will reportedly now be a feature-length film instead of a Disney Plus show.
With Ryan Gosling as the lead.
That's long been rumoured, but I don't see
Gosling.
old Gozzy as...
If you were going to cast Gosling as anything, regardless if it's Kang...
I would have cast him as Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
And then I would have had Will Poulter as Nova.
Do a swap.
Because I think you just Ryan Gosling exudes the thing of he could be someone that he's a hero that's been manufactured to take out other people.
Yeah.
Like he could be a good what's their version of Superman?
Sentry, isn't it? Sentry? Hyperion.
Hyperion or Sentry. He could be that as well. Like kind of like I'm practically perfect in every way, American hero thing. Taron Egerton. If I had to just pluck a name,
I agree. Yeah,
there's probably more people in my head somewhere. Another one of these things for Ghost Rider. So those like the weird fake casting things.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus as Johnny Blaze. Logan Lerman again as Danny Ketch. So maybe that's who Death Rider is.
So Danny Ketch is another Ghost Rider. So maybe he just calls himself Death Rider.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage as Barton Blaze, which I believe is his dad.
Sure.
Is that Johnny Blaze's dad?
Sure, I'm guessing so. Older, so yeah, makes sense.
James Brolin, Thanos' daddy, as Carter Slade.
Yeah, so that's the Phantom Wild West Rider. Yeah, that makes sense.
Catherine Zeta-Jones as Roxanne Simpson.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Ron Perlman, fresh off of Sons of Anarchy, fucking in 2014 as Crash Simpson. Ian McShane as Zarathos. There you go, that's where that comes from. Thomas Doherty as Blackheart. Mahershala Ali as Blade. Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. Because who is it? It's not who's the one that he sells his soul to? It's not Mephisto. It's like
I thought it was Mephisto.
No, it's like someone else.
Blackheart? Is it not Blackheart?
Someone else. No, Blackheart's in it, but there's someone else that's kind of like the devil. It's played by one guy in one, and then it's played by Kieran Hines in the second one.
Oh, what in the Ghost Rider movies?
Yes.
There's actually
with Parker Bates as young Johnny Blaze, and Griffin McIntyre as young Danny Ketch. Directed by Chad Stileski, which is one can dream. It's nice that I'm clearing this shit off my phone. So reportedly today, I think it was. So this was like earlier on. Have you found it?
No, I'm reading the movie.
It's Peter Fonda. It is Mephisto.
Yeah. I know, like from Marvel Ultimate Alliance. No, it was always Mephisto. Mephisto is
but I think in the film, I just thought that
it was
they're not
somebody
going
else.
to actually lean into calling him Mephisto, but it actually
he was
Mephisto. Mephistopheles or whatever his full name is.
Mephistopheles, yeah.
Mr. Mephistopheles.
Mr. Mephistopheles
from Cats. That's an edit that needs doing.
Mr. Mephistopheles.
Eternals 2 will be based on Judgment Day and much more cosmic based compared to the first film. The Judgment Day being the Avengers X-Men Eternals crossover by Kieran Gillen, was it Valerio Schmidt and Marta Garcia? Basically sort of like a big crossover event, so maybe that's how they get the more cosmic stuff either ready before or after Kang. But because I think today it came out, it was on the radio that Harry Styles has been signed up for a superhero film, but I think it basically got confirmed
that Eternals 2
he's going to be in
another something.
He will be back. But the person who obviously hasn't seen Eternals on the radio was like, I wonder what powers he's going to have. It's like, he's fucking Star Fox, you silly cow.
You silly goose.
Have you heard about the loose plot of the Thunderbolts?
No.
So
Genosha Island, so I know.
So they're going to address the big celestial Tiamat, whose body was sticking out the earth. Because why has no one talked about this? And it's sort of been, I think, on like web pages in like Miss Marvel or She-Hulk or whatever. They've kind of like
big giant body
joked about it. Like, what are we doing with it? Like, why has no one talked about it? The Thunderbolts' mission will be to obtain adamantium from the Celestial.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, adamantium.
Who's been turned into an island. The island will then later be revealed to be Genosha, which is many homes of the mutants in the comics. I like that. Feels a bit shoehorny, but it's a nice basis. I wouldn't mind if it don't go, and this is also Genosha, because to the audience, the general audience of the MCU, that won't mean fuck all.
That will mean nothing.
And to the characters in the MCU, it'll mean
nothing.
Great, what's a Genosha?
Yeah, what is a Genosha?
The Avengers,
and I can even see an MCU scene of them going around going, Genosha? What's a Genosha?
The Avengers.
I know Genesis, Genosis.
That's great. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? Is that some kind of band?
Are you in a band? I really want to rewatch No Way Home. I might rewatch it tonight. Evan Peters is reportedly cameoing in Deadpool 3, along with the Fox original. A lot of basically using it as a last hurrah, and a lot of the Fox X-Men or Fantastic Four characters and portrayals will be in it.
Good.
Hugh Jackman actually might have let slip what it's called in Wolverine and Deadpool. Was what he said in the video.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Did you not see that video?
No.
So it is his Ryan Reynolds' Christmas film on Apple TV Plus with Will Ferrell.
Spirited.
Yes,
Is it
he got nominated for Best Original Song. I think.
Okay, yeah.
And so he was talking about that. It's like, I'm really pleased, but it's like, if he wins this, like, his ego's going to go through the roof, because he's like, because I've got to go off for 9 months to shoot Wolverine and Deadpool. Is basically what he says. It's on his I think it's on his Instagram feed. Maybe we can get that up live.
Live on the
air.
The Hugh Jackman.
Spider-Man 4 is still definitely happening. We're waiting on that and a new deal to be agreed.
Which video is it? Is it his latest? It is
that one.
It's 2023, and I really wanted to send out a positive message at the beginning of the year, but recent events have made that impossible. Don't get me wrong, I loved Spirited. It's a great movie. We had a blast. The entire family watched it. I love Will. I love Octavia. Obviously, I did The Greatest Showman with Benj and Justin. They're incredible, and I loved their music. And Good Afternoon, by the way, the song Good Afternoon, I laughed the entire way through. It is absolutely brilliant. However, I've just heard the Academy have shortlisted Good Afternoon in the Best Song category. Now, Ryan Reynolds getting a nomination in the Best Song category would make the next year of my life insufferable. It would. I mean, I have to spend a year with him shooting Wolverine and Deadpool, and trust me, it would be.
Yeah, so that's basically like that thing. That's quite cool.
So much.
If that's the name,
Wolverine and Deadpool.
because then it's not a Deadpool 3 or Deadpool
With
again.
the claw. I mean, the logo is Deadpool with the claws. I mean, that's a great.
But I doubt that they would call the first one in the MCU Deadpool 3. But it would, like, if it was
Yeah, true. They wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't.
Wolverine and Deadpool, is kind of like that's quite cool.
And it will make people, even like people who aren't even in the MCU loop, go, "Oh, Wolverine, I know that guy."
Yeah.
Oh, Deadpool, I know. I've heard about him too.
And he's talked about how, like, he said he was done, and then he saw Deadpool, the first one, and was like, "God, this is something I haven't done before. Like this version of it, like basically taking the piss out of it." And then he's like, "No, I'm definitely still doing Logan. I'm finishing with Logan." Does Logan?
He did always want to finish with Logan.
And then sees like Deadpool 2, and he's like, just like the dynamic with Cable is like, it could, like, I know Ryan's wanted to do it with me, and it's like that could work, and I'm really interested. But then I kind of just went, no, the moment's passed, maybe the ship sailed. But then, like, they came back to him with it, and he went, I have to do this.
How can I say no?
Because he always said originally that I think this was either just after Days of Future Past, when we kind of got the thing of he's doing Logan and that's it.
And that's it, yeah.
That he was like, if the X-Men ever ended up in the MCU, I want to fight the Hulk, like the first appearance of
which
him
is
in
in the comics,
where he fights Hulk, and
Yeah.
him and Hulk fight the Wendigo.
Yeah.
But
Good
it's
old
gonna
villain.
be like a lot of fun. It's even if it's just a victory and lap and a love note to the Fox universe that never really worked.
Yeah.
Like I want
And doesn't add anything.
cameos from all the stupid characters that we never really would have
Materialising.
cared about.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
You gotta do it. You have to do it. Be like unbearable weight of massive talent, but for
Deadpool.
yeah.
And I was always up for if he ended up just having Hugh Jackman in the film, but as Hugh Jackman, and he was trying to convince him that Wolverine was real, and he's like,
come
"No,
on,
that's
man."
just a movie, mate. I need a couple of
Yeah, it's
movies."
just a movie.
What else? Ryan Coogler opened up about Black Panther 2 originally being
original.
a father-son story. The film would have
Yeah.
followed T'Challa getting to know his son post-blip for his 8th birthday, because obviously but then does that make sense? Because he would have. Well, no, I guess so. Because so 2026 he kind of would have been. Maybe, I don't know, because the only time he would have been born would have been after Black Panther 1, which was
But
2018, and then you have the
2018.
5-year gap. So obviously he was off doing the blip. So maybe that's just a.
Maybe
I
that
don't
just it's a typo. Maybe they calculated it wrong.
But the way that harks back into itself and will feed the future, I think, is beautiful and poetic and lovely. Harrison Ford and why he decided to join the MCU. Look, I've done a lot of things. Now I want to do some of the things I haven't done yet. Very much.
Yeah, very
I don't give a
man-
fuck.
Man, a few words. Yes.
Reportedly, he'll be going down the President Ross route
Yeah.
instead of the President Captain America. 'Cause if they had a president that looked like Joe Biden playing the president, you'd kind of get a bit too meta, and then it'd be like, "Are we in the MCU?"
This is She-Hulk season 5 all along. This is She-Hulk.
This is
again.
She-Hulk all along. Just like no, Jenny Ortega. That doesn't make a difference to our lives. Wednesday is good. Wednesday's a good show. Confirmed for season 2 by Netflix.
I was engrossed in it. I've not watched anything for so long and just was in awe of it.
But apparently they could have. Netflix were close to losing out on the rights, and they
Because of the
still
rights to
could
Amazon.
be. Yes,
Yeah, Amazon.
could still happen. A rumor has indicated that Captain Marvel 2, the Marvels will connect to the larger multiverse saga leading up to more Avengers 5, because obviously Feige said before Phase 4 was kind of about legacy, passing the torch and moving on, and then as you get to know where we're going, things will then connect more and then build up to the big crescendo once
The big
again.
Crescendo, yeah.
Evans, Alba, and Ewan Griffith reportedly reprised their roles as Johnny, Sue, and Reed in Deadpool 3. That's, part of the Victory Lap stuff we've said. Pom Clementif talking about. So we're into like early December now. So some of this stuff we might have said before, but I'm going to say some of these things, and then after that, I'm going to delete them all, and we're going to end with the trailer.
Yes.
Pom Clementif said Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 won't be the team's last adventure. It's going to be, in some ways, the end of a chapter. It's not like over, but it's definitely going to be different after, for sure. Which we kind of suspected that if this team will come back, but it won't be the same lineup. It'll be a different version of the team, just like the Avengers are different.
And you could maybe just introduce them, or if you were to bring them back in Secret Wars, and just pluck them like unknown variants from another universe and put
you get the Sylvester
temporary
Stallone
actors,
versions back in.
All of them.
Yeah.
All them.
All
them.
You get I don't know. You get some shit.
Yeah.
But do you know what you might get? Charlie Cox has said he would like to see his Daredevil appear in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the tone of our show. I think there's a place for Daredevil to show up in Deadpool. I think that would be really cool.
There should be a segment where Deadpool is talking about all the low-level, street-level New Yorkers and be like, what happened to Nathan Drake? What happened to Uncharted?
Yeah, the Uncharted kid. Where the fuck's he gone?
Where the fuck's he gone? Like...
I'd still like them to do the version of the thing from the comics where Deadpool tells Spider-Man he's him from the future, and then Spider-Man starts crying.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what do it with Tom Holland, and then he cries.
So Deadpool 3's plot reportedly is using the time device. He goes back to Logan.
He goes back to Logan.
Very much like a How It Should Have Ended video. He digs up Logan, resurrects him, and then that brings about the TVA, and that's how they hop different universes and run into all the Fox X-Men characters.
Because he actually goes back to Logan and picks that version of the character.
Yeah,
oh,
so
amazing. Okay, cool.
I'd love to be up for that.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini's son.
Okay, Harry, is it?
Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Who played his dad's character in The Many Saints of Newark, which I still haven't seen.
Neither have I.
Have you seen Sopranos?
Nope.
Very good show. It's a bit of a hard watch, but like it's very good quality. Like it's just like it's gruesome in a lot of ways. It's like that gangster stuff. He's rumoured to be playing Wilson Fisk's son Richard in Daredevil Born Again.
I can see it.
Looks a bit old to be Richard, because obviously Richard, like, we haven't even seen Richard.
Smythe.
Maybe Smythe.
Alistair Smythe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm only basing it off of the look from the animated cartoon. But bearing in mind he's wheelchair bound in the cartoon, and he does become the weird. I don't know. He has the weird fucking things coming out of his shoulders, and he's like the weird Hulk monster thing. I don't know what he is. I don't know. Alistair Smythe. Maybe just change it up.
Where is it? There is a Black Panther 3 reportedly in the works. Letitia Wright, I think some award show recently was like, I assume I think it's near enough in the works at the moment. I can't really say anything of it because I don't know, but it'll be fun when we actually get around to doing it. But we will need a bit of a break. Acolyte, we've talked about that before. Kate Dickie has been cast as the villain in Loki season 2. We're back in fucking late November now here. That done. Yeah, that's basically it, because all the other stuff you've got, like the first posters for you. You've got Danger is rumoured to be the main villain of Deadpool 3 because there's an update video where you can spot him reading a Wolverine and Deadpool comic, Volume 7, number 21, which features Wolverine and Deadpool teaming up against that villain. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania will have a profound impact on Avengers Kang Dynasty, says Peyton Reed. There are some big things to come, and he also said that he didn't want to just be
including Corey Stoll's head, the
little heist palette cleanser anymore. He wanted to be. He was like, I want to have a bit more of an effect.
Well, good statement because I think he's going to deliver. I hope
He is, because
delivers.
now we can use that as a brilliant segue to talk about the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer. As I delete stuff that makes no sense, because as of right now, it doesn't matter what Avatar Way of the Water has grossed, because it's a lot.
Yeah, over 1 billion, but it hasn't hit the 2 billion yet. But it's still in cinema at time of
2 more
recording.
seasons of The Devil's Hour.
Wait, what? I thought that was open ended. 2.
3 seasons, yeah.
I thought it ended. Ended to me. That ended. Not just
We'll
ended
see.
to carry on, but okay.
Various Avengers teams, but you know what? I could tell you about them because I know what Avengers teams will fight what version of Kang. But we're just going to delete it all and talk about the new trailer. So
For Quantumania.
yesterday, was it yesterday for us?
I think it was
Because it was late on the 9th in America for the college football championship game, and we got is it the first full trailer
I believe it was.
of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I'm excited. Like, I won't lie, I was excited anyway, but I am excited more now that we've seen it. The posters,
Look
witness
epic.
the
The poster
beginning
looks
of a
sick.
new dynasty,
Yeah.
which is this version of Kang is the one that we see in Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, the main Kang.
The main Kang with a game plan. Oh, Jonathan Major's just so cool. I'm glad we're getting him in this and Creed 3 this year. Like, it's gonna be. It's gonna be so. It's gonna be the year of the Majors.
While we're on Creed, I was flicking through lunchtime today, and they've literally just pre-ordered, or they've on pre-order. You can get the Rocky Heavyweight Collection on 4K. It's the first 4 Rocky films, which
That's
are
good.
films that I've wanted for forever, including the Rocky versus Drago cut that came out in America late 2021 or early 2022.
Really?
But you can pre-order it now, I think. Or HMV, I know it's definitely on HMV. But it's called like the Rocky Knockout Collection. But it's only the first 4. But I know, maybe that's the time of Creed. A little bit.
Considering Ryan Gosling for the role of Hyperion, that's mad because we talked about that.
Or who else? Alexander
Skarsgård.
We did, yeah.
So the trailer begins
I
with a
mean,
beginning.
with a beginning. With Paul Rudd walking down the street, loving life. Evangeline Lilly with a new hair.
Yeah, because it almost glorify it.
Yeah.
And they also they talk about him having an event you're an Avenger, like you're this.
He's almost as popular as Spider-Man now.
Yeah, one thing you've lost out on is time with his daughter, and his daughter's very much not like a big time criminal, but she's not really on the straight and narrow.
No,
Maybe
she's following
because of
her dear
Miss-
old dad's footsteps.
God, that hair, like fucking Evangeline Lilly's haircut, is a proper Karen haircut, isn't it?
The memeiest haircut. But then introducing our big bad.
Kate Bishop will apparently be in this.
Really?
That's what it says.
Mm.
Might not
Maybe
be real.
post credit tag.
340 mil for Fastex. That's bad. Yeah. I like the new suit because apparently a lot of people are saying that it looks like Stark Tech.
Yeah, well, he kind of does. I just love the it is essentially a blue holographic mask. It is just a blue holographic mask, and then it just
Yeah.
disappears to
And then it's
reveal his
Jonathan Majors.
face.
So you get the
Mm.
comic accurate look, and then you just get Jonathan Majors.
In
Who
the
apparently,
in the cool
by
getup.
a lot of people that I know on Twitter that have worked
what with
on that
like
film
worked
have
on
said
it.
he is one of the nicest guys. It's like, that's good. And also, like, Paul Rudd is, as you'd expect, like, just genuinely nice and funny and just trying to keep people, ticking along as they make this gigantic movie.
Pun intended
Literally.
for the smallest person.
So do you think we're going to
available.
spend a lot of time in the quantum realm? Because I think that could get boring, possibly.
Boring. I mean, I feel like the first 15 minutes is going to be similar to No Way Home. It's going to be them on the street, like doing the highlight reel, living the good life. Ant-Man being called Spider-Man. I'm now an all-time Avenger. Don't ask me where majority of them are. I mean, last time I heard they were off-world or whatever. I don't know where anyone is. And then they're going to chill at Hank's house, and Michelle Pfeiffer's going to give them a message about, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you something. Whilst I was in the quantum realm, there's someone down there dangerous. More dangerous than, anyone you've ever met, blah, blah, blah. Worse than that purple dude that snapped half of existence. And his name was Kang the Conqueror. Paul Rudd and Louise...
His name was Kang the Conqueror, Paul Rudd.
No, Louise Michael Cera is going to laugh, and they're just going to be like, Kang? What sort of name is Kang? Michael Douglas is going to come in, talk about an experiment, which is what we see in the trailer, where they're like interacting with some orb in the garage or something, and then they're going to get sucked into it, and then they're going to end up with in the world smaller. It's like smaller than
the
imagination.
small city in the quantum realm. Do you think, like many people have speculated, that that Shang-Chi's rings are part of the technology that he's looking for?
1,000,000%. Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Hey, if we get a fucking Simu Lao cameo in this, I'm here for it. I don't know about you.
Maybe he's a hologram. Maybe he's there as a hologram.
Maybe we're all holograms in a way. Oh God, the thing is, I don't know about you, but I'm always excited for the Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah,
but then, like, some of them, it's like, oh, God, like, yeah. But this is like,
that's what I mean. This one just hit me. I was like, oh.
Because Black Panther wasn't really what's at stake for the greater universe of the
No,
MCU.
it wasn't. But that had such a unique situation behind it. Obviously, the most unfortunate
and it was
in real life.
It was basically a film about grief, and it was so well handled
and spot on. Yeah.
But I just think that since we've had everything now announced of like where we're going, this feels like and here is we're at the crossroads and we're taking.
Thank you for bearing with us. Now this is
here's the left-hand turn into Crazy Town.
Yeah, to Crazy Town, baby. Quantum Town, baby.
I like that we're gonna probably get more Michelle Pfeiffer involvement.
Well, that's what I mean. She's gonna have to basically give us the plot in this because she was in the second one,
but very, very little of it, and it's going to be nice that she's going to be so heavily involved and featured in it. And we're basically going to have a Janet Van Dyne movie,
basically,
which is going to be nice.
And then here we are, Corey Stoll's big CGI zoomed in head.
We have to talk about Corey Stoll as MODOK.
Who's that? You're wondering who is Corey Stoll?
Corey Stoll played Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket,
yeah,
in Ant-Man and the Ant-Mans.
Ant-Man and the Ants, yeah, Ant-Man 1.
So he like that, but also he's back as MODOK, which is the only person to have two different monikers in the only villain too, because obviously you've had Sam Wilson be Falcon and Captain America, and Bucky.
True, yeah.
Bucky's technically been
White Wolf and
Winter Soldier. But like to be MODOK, but this is seemingly either the same version or maybe another universe version of him. We don't know.
Potentially. I mean, will people remember? Will general audiences remember?
But obviously, the fact that this is the culmination of this Ant-Man trilogy, which is great to say that we've had an Ant-Man trilogy.
Who would have said that back in 2018 even?
Exactly. And the fact that one of the villains is his first villain, or at least a version of the guy that he fought in some capacity.
Yeah.
Does it make more sense to do that than George Tarleton? Maybe. I know there's going to be a lot of diehards that are like, this isn't proper MODOK, but but you think about it, a scientist, like creative, that then driven mad by their own power and then head enlargement, that's the only difference, is just like that he hasn't got the thing where his head starts growing. It's it's the competitiveness and the technology and the same sort of thing, but now he's kind of stuck in his eternal prison of that fucking massive chair.
Massive thing. I mean, I don't know.
And I love that we've got to the fact that we've got an Ant-Man movie with MODOK in it. I mean, and it gives Corey Stoll a chance to,
I guess, redeem what came
because he was very vanilla, and because
just average,
like those Marvel movies at the time were just like, all we have to do is like have the villain have the same power, and
originality,
cut and paste, blah blah blah.
Deeper meaning. Oh, hero versus similar person that went down an evil path. Yeah, exactly. At least MODOK is, look, big giant floating head thing. Like, it's different.
And it'll be a lot more fun. And if they do it more akin to the TV show, then that'd be great.
I mean, if there's a Disney Plus spin-off of Corey Stoll, depending on how great he is in Quantumania, I won't be against it.
No, not at all.
I won't be against it.
It's so good.
But alas, we have MODOK and the crew looking into lava. Then we have flashbacks of Cassie hugging her daddy.
And we get the whole thing of like he's missed out on time with her, and then you get
a beautiful CGI shot of like these weird CGI octopus creatures.
Like the effects
things.
In this are going to be great, and the shrinking power. And
imagine what the 4K is going to look like.
Peyton Reed's going to just smash it. Like, it looks great. It's nice that he's doing this, and
just some of the shots look like Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah,
there's a lot of,
but they all kind of collaborate with each other and do all that stuff, and it's
millions of ants.
I like that he is, the first director to not be fired and then rehired before he finishes his trilogy.
Absolutely.
And also not have to, he's the first... This is the first MCU trilogy proper.
Yeah, by one creative head.
That finishes on time when it was meant to, not a thing of, Guardians would have been out ages ago. Like, because when we first saw the weird battle mode, like he was all robotic, I was like, no, because we need
That's
giant
not-
head. But now that we've got giant head,
yeah.
I'm like, yes. I love that we're getting just full on Kang being a brawler. It's like I don't have to win.
I don't need superpowers. I don't need laser gadgets. I can
Well,
just creed
it's-
you down.
It's that like you honestly thought you could win. It's like I don't have to
Yeah.
win. We
just both have to lose.
That's good because obviously every third movie, like the character loses something.
They
Like,
do.
You lose your arc reactor, you lose your shield, you lose your eye, your
Loses
mum, your
your
dad,
life.
and everyone else,
Loses your life.
and your hammer. I don't want him to die because I want him to. Kind
Somebody's got to die in this.
of, I think Hank.
But I think that's obvious.
I think that's too
you
obvious.
do. I don't think you do, Hank.
All right, how about considering her recent outbursts online in terms of that Evangeline Lilly,
Just kill her off.
like the woman he loves.
Yeah, true.
It's got to be someone of that because being Janet.
It can't obviously be Cassie because she's young Avenger material anyway. It can't be Cassie.
It could be. I think that would be ballsy. Like the
It
fact that
would
he's
be.
done all this to spend more time with her and she's died. And that drives him to almost like villain
Kill
levels of
him.
insanity.
Kind of like Tom Holland, Green Goblin. You know, he's literally
Yeah.
at that point of killing him.
Yeah,
And that's when he's like, well, we both have to lose. And it's like, But then I think it'd be ballsy if they kill Paul Rudd off.
it would be
Either way.
ballsy, but I think you wouldn't before Secret Wars.
No.
I think every big guy, like big character, played by a big
has
actor
to be in it.
that's not one of the OGs is safe until Secret Wars.
Okay.
Or at least Kang Dynasty. Like they all have to be there, and maybe
Kang Dynasty.
them losing is some of them dying. You're only left with the new ones, and they come up with the idea of because how are they going to jump universes without a Tony Stark, a Hank Pym, a Stephen Strange kind of like how
you
are
do
you going
need
to do it?
the smarts. Yeah, you do
Yeah.
need the brains.
So we will see how that goes. But
Somebody is definitely dying.
in the comments, who's going to die in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Or is it MODOK?
Nah, I want
Would it be MODOK?
I want MODOK to live.
No, he's got to. He's got to.
I have to win.
We both have to lose.
I have to
When I
lose.
knock the shit out of you.
Or he throws both of them off the thing into that, and then. But then if this is the version of Kang that's going to survive and be the conqueror,
Well, we think, but then there could be
No, it's
more.
been confirmed.
conquerors.
He is
He is the same Kang.
he is the Kang in.
He is the
Dynasty.
bad Kang. Okay,
Yeah, he's-
the big boss battle Kang. Okay.
But reportedly,
Mm.
this is going to be the threshold moment from Loki because we know that there's the moment where we've crossed the threshold and I don't know what happens next.
Yeah. Which did tie in with WandaVision and something else after it, I
It
think.
tied in with WandaVision getting her full Scarlet Witch powers, and it also tied in with
Was it No
Doctor
Way Home?
Strange.
With Doctor Strange as well, and No Way Home even.
I think it was Doctor Strange. Like basically, like having Kang there with Scott is kind of like a, well, that's how he can't see what's happening next because that's
Yeah.
Kang's here. Like he's arrived
Yeah.
in this universe in some capacity, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out more on February 17th,
Yeah.
which I'm super excited for.
Oh yeah.
First
More-
first MCU film of the year. First film that we'll see together, no doubt. Probably.
Please, yeah.
We'll have to go 4D exit because that's
Of course. It'd probably be in 3D, I imagine, because of the visuals. But I'm fine with 3D. I could do the odd film in 3D. I like 3D. But 4DX all the way. I want to feel Kang kill Scott, and I want to feel the power when he does it.
Unlimited power.
Emperor Kang-Batine.
Emperor Kang. All in all, it looks fucking amazing.
Kang Sidious.
And I can't wait for more Kang. But can you wait for more of this podcast? Thank you everyone for listening to us waffle on a bit unstructured, but we kind of just went, let's catch up on everything we've missed before we have a structure and before we do more things. Like we said in the previous videos that obviously for us happened many weeks ago, there is stuff that we want to do. There's stuff that we've literally just today gone, let's do it.
Yeah, talk.
Please bear with us. There is stuff. We won't do the thing of here's what we're doing and then never do it because that's a bit shitty. But thank you guys for listening, and here's to another year of this. Let's do it. What are you looking forward to most about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Who do you think's going to die?
Who do you think's gonna die?
Who's going to die?
Are you a fan of Corey Stoll's massive head? And what are your thoughts on the fucking fallen empire of the DCEU and the
If
rising
any.
from the ashes of the new universe?
Who cares? If any.
I, for one,
Who cares?
probably won't be seeing anything DC related apart from
Blue
Batman
Beetle.
films.
Blue Beetle.
That's DCEU, isn't it?
Yeah, the HBO streaming turned into theatrical, like Evil Dead.
Right, so
Yeah.
so we'll have to do a video. It's Man of Steel,
Man of Steel.
Batman v Superman,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad,
Yep.
Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Justice League,
Justice League. Yeah, they're the 5.
and Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman number 6. Yeah.
Then
Then Shazam.
Shazam. No, yeah, Shazam.
Then there's nothing.
Then it's really hard.
Wonder Woman 84.
Wonder
I think
Woman
is the
84.
next,
That's on Prime. Not watching that.
Don't blame me. Then
Zack Snyder's
Zack
Justice
Snyder's yeah.
Oh no, Suicide Squad. Then Zack Snyder's Justice League. There, because they were both the same year, but like
Basically.
one was like
No, Snyder was Easter time, and then Suicide was the summer. So yeah, whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, those two 2021, the good year for DC.
You know what we forgot? Birds of Prey. That's 11.
Oh no, shit! That was before. That's after Shazam, but before. Oh shit!
Birds of Prey.
The Black Sheep. Yeah.
So we've done Justice League.
End of 2021.
Is it Black Adam?
Surely not. Is it?
I think
feel
so.
like this. I haven't seen Black Adam. I haven't seen
while we
Black
were
Adam
at
for years.
I've seen Black Adam for years. See you
Really?
next week, everyone. If you want to get in contact with us throughout the week, it's at Pasty Street across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a TikTok account that shall be used this year, I declare. And Connor, the emails go to.
nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
I want at least 10 a week. So
Please,
it's
10 a
on
week.
you.
That's a big
Off
bar.
you go.
That's a big
See you
bar.
later, everyone.